Hmm.
There is John.
Yeah, I'm finally here.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Oh,
I have an awful headache today, but I'm gonna do my best to
I mean, we don't have to do
no
stuff if your head hurts.
I'm good. I want to do at least a little bit.
Okay. So to do a slight recap of last time, literally, you're on the way to Blackgate, or not Blackgate, so that's going to be a slight change because after Nick and I looked at the map, it makes more sense just to go north instead of Blackgate because technically north is closer. Where he's trying to deliver the letter is closer than where Blackgate is, and it's fine. That works out.
last time on Dragon Ball Sneak.
Yeah. Last time on Heroes of Byzantia.
Fun fact: did you know that in the French localization of Pokemon Gold and Silver, if you look at the player's TV in their bedroom, instead of describing like something from the Pokemon world, it describes a scene from Dragon Ball?
You said that's French?
Yeah.
Makes me respect the French a little more.
The head editor snuck it in the last time.
Could be. So, slight not changes, but yeah, so we're heading north now, technically, instead. Still looking for the cave with orcs in it. Zack's sword is just a regular longsword now. He doesn't have the dragon wrath. He never used the ability anyway, but story-wise, I'm going to have something happen later, way down the line.
Okay.
And so he just has a regular one. So the only magic item he's got right now is that amulet of the devout. So, and then you had leveled up prior to ending yesterday.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
So have you updated your character?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say whenever I level, I just do it immediately. So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I already had a pretty good idea of what I was going to take anyway, so.
Yeah, I kind of have myself roadmap up to at least a certain level, and then it's just all Wild West from there. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to think about it too much because I'll just see where we're at story-wise and and split off from there. Okay, so as you are traveling to Valley Watch, because now we're going to go to Valley Watch because that's the capital. Because, right, John, that's the capital. Okay, so yeah, we're going to Valley Watch. So you wake up from your long rest. Make sure, Nick, do anything that you need to do for long rest, like you're preparing your artificer abilities, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. All right. So you guys are moving along, heading north. Now, we're traveling and we're going to get to the cave. Is there anything that characters want to chat in the meantime on the way to the cave? You don't have to. This is just that opportunity.
So what's in that letter?
I haven't read it, and it's told me not to read it, so...
Who gave it to you?
My dad. Kind of one of those things that are official letters that I need to just keep myself and wasn't told to read.
Must be particularly important if he entrusted his son to deliver it rather than a courier of some kind.
No, it's kind of a test for me also. Something happened in my past before that that I need to make up for. Let's just say.
I can relate to that.
Same.
I am sort of an expert at disappointing my father.
Well, it's yeah. It's kind of yeah.
We'll get it where it needs to go then, for sure.
I appreciate you guys helping me with this. I mean, we could.
Not a problem. Is our helping going to interfere with your tasking, or like is it going to look down upon that we're helping you to complete this task?
It'd be ridiculous if it did. Finding allies is an important skill to have, isn't it?
I would agree, but I have no idea how his father is to him.
More
So I just want to make sure that everything will be fine.
There's no rules against it. It's more of I'll say a coming of age for us to just explore, get out of the mountains sometimes, and depends on the circumstances and what are it's just depends on the circumstances of what the test precedes. He just said deliver the letter, so
Well, excellent.
said any kind of no one can help you or anything like that. So
Well, excellent.
That's good.
So as you continue to walk, you finally make it to a cave that is just northeast a little bit of Hallbrook. You go up to the front of said cave. Zack, oh, go ahead.
We kind of want to ask about. Wanted to ask Johan more about.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go.
The Fey ancestry, like what happened.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
My people have an interesting heritage. I'm not privy to all of it, but I know that we have some relation to the elves of old, and that allowed us to form a more direct connection with the bits of the Feywild that leak into our home region.
Out of character question, are you part, because of this history and stuff, are you just connected with elves, or are you part elf, kind of, technically? Like
Technically both. It's more a...
You're just like a loose relative of them, or...
The Wolfwood people, they rose up out of like a hybrid group, but then exposure to the magics of the woods caused their specific features to change, and what they ended up with is a result of that blending.
Okay, so they were humans that kind of obtain powers of the Fae due to the... Okay.
Yeah.
Just... Okay, gotcha. Alright.
I know.
If we are... I'm just talking to myself, go ahead.
I know could be for my mother's side, but she didn't tell me if... And my dad never really spoke about that happening to me before, if it did, but...
You said that's never happened to you before?
Yeah, I saw Io go down, and I just kind of... My eyes went red, and I don't
usually talk about this, but most of the people where I come from have this trait. Not all of us, but most of us, and there is a specific ritual that we undergo. We put ourselves under great stress to attempt to awaken things in us. It's likely that whatever happened is sort of your version of that.
Interesting.
I'll have to practice and figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll say that would be a pretty neat ability to have, to be able to do it at will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to look something up.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, if at any point you guys want to elongate the character interaction, go ahead. But alright, so you head up to the cave. So Zack stops the party. Alright, hey, this is the cave that we were tasked with clearing out. Anybody need to do anything prior to heading in?
I might have 1 second.
Okay.
Pistol.
What?
I said I put my pistol on.
Oh.
I am going to Well, once again, a frog is going to jump from underneath my cloak.
Okay.
I say, I can scout ahead within 100 feet using my familiar. So if you guys want to hang back while he gets started, that would probably be for the best.
Sounds good with me.
And I'm making a bunch of noise, and my friend here is going to be making a bunch of noise, so that sounds like the best. The best.
What do you mean, just walking through the place, you're going to make a bunch of noise?
Yeah. I just stomp on the ground, and you can hear the plate mail just...
Well, you do have plate mail right now, so yeah, that's true.
It's gonna...
And just double checking, the frog does have dark vision, which is good.
Okay.
So what it is specifically is that my wild companion familiar can, within 100 feet, I can communicate with it telepathically, and I can see through its eyes as an action. So just occasionally, as we're walking, I will look through its eyes for a second at a time. Okay. And if it comes under stress, I should be able to sense it through the telepathic bond.
Okay. What this is just curiosity. So what happens if a familiar dies? Is it you just have to respawn it?
Well, the wild companion familiar is a druid one. It's I expend a wild shape to summon it as an action, so I just do that every day.
Oh, okay.
If it's killed, I can do that again. I just have to take the time to do it, and then I lose an extra use of wild shape if I wanted to save it.
How many wild is wild shape kind of is that where you turn into the animal?
Yeah, wild shape. Let me read what it says specifically. No, I don't want a practical guide. I know how to use it. It's fine.
Non-verbal sound. What is that?
Starting at second level, you can use an action to magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before. You can use the feature twice and regain expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. Your druid level determines the beast you can transform into. Okay. And then it works like a polymorph or something would. I gain the creature's hit points, and then if I run out of hit points, I turn back to normal with my original hit points from before I just changed it. Johan doesn't do that a lot though, so I tend to use the wild companion instead. And once we rest again, I'll get my uses of wild shape back anyway. So it's fine. Anyway, yeah. So Beans is gonna scout ahead. He's tiny, so he should be able to stay out of sight pretty well. Do I need to roll anything for him to do that though?
It probably doesn't specify any kind of roll, does it? On it, because you're just literally scouting.
No, it doesn't say anything specifically.
Definitely per.
He does have a couple of abilities. He has a long jump that actually makes jumping viable, but because he's tiny, it doesn't really matter.
He can long jump tiny.
Yeah, he only has a 20 foot speed, so we'll have to go a little slower than normal. He also literally can't fight at all. He has no attacks. Like the frog has no attacks at all.
Okay. All right. So wait, are you staying outside, or are you just sending him ahead, as you're walking?
Yeah, I think it would probably be smartest to send him ahead as far as I can still sense him, and then follow if the cave gets deeper than that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you send him in. Kind of nothing of excitement happen. He said it could go up to 100 feet, right?
Yeah.
So he's going into the cave. Doesn't look very exciting. Nothing really happening. You get about 65 feet in, and he notices something off to his left. He notices an orc body. Well, as you see through it, I guess. Mm-hmm. You notice an orc body on the ground. Looks like they're dead.
That's interesting. Either it's just orcs being orcs, or the guys we came here to get are already got. So I relay that back to you guys.
Okay.
Ooh.
Thoughts? Should we head in now or press forward further?
Well, your arcane familiar has another 30 feet out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's
We could try to
I'm gonna
see
have
how
him-
deep we can get.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him push ahead further then.
Okay, so continues going in. You notice a couple more dead orc bodies on the ground, kind of
All
scattered.
right, that's interesting. How dark is this cave? Like, are there any visible lights at all through either my connection with the familiar or that we can see from outside?
So the hallway that the frog initially hopped down has no light whatsoever, but once the frog has now reached about 90 feet in, there is a opening into a bigger cavern, and in that cavern has torches around it, so it's lit enough that you can see.
Okay. Do I see anything else deeper in the cavern?
At 100 feet in, at max feet, you do not see anything other than just an empty cavern. But you
Alright,
can see from a distance that there's more to the cavern.
All right, I'm going to recommend that I head in myself first, try to get a little bit further in and see how far I can stretch Beans' senses, and then I can always call back to you guys if anything happens, since I'm the quietest of the group.
Okay.
So let's go like maybe 20 feet at a time. I'll have Beans and myself move forward at the same rate.
Okay. So you said 20 feet to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're walking in, and it just opens. It's still just opening up into more of the cavern. Still not noticing anything.
And I'll keep going.
Okay. As you continue walking, eventually, can you hear through it, or can you just see through it?
Yeah, I can hear what it hears.
Okay. So you don't see anything, but you start hearing like mumbling, like chatter, but you can't make out what it is.
All right. They're a pretty good distance in at this point.
Yep.
So I think it would be okay for you guys to follow. So I'm gonna call back loud enough for you guys to hear and start coming with.
All right. So you said you called the frog back, or you called it back enough to call back to us.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dowroc, what do
Hey,
you?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Well, if you click on the figurine of wondrous power, if you click on like the general, I think it just brings up the 5e stuff. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's the link to the Emerald Frog.
Cool.
Dowroc.
I always liked him.
Dowroc.
All right,
As again, as always. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Once you guys catch up, I'm gonna again press ahead another 20 feet.
Okay. So, because remember, just as a reminder, DM-wise, Zack takes more of a backseat just because it's like, I obviously know what happens. So,
Yeah.
the decision-making will be more between you two. So, all right, so you guys are continuing down the hallway. Dowroc and Zack and Igo are slowly moving to try to not draw any attention. So, the frog continues to move up, and once you get about another 20 feet into the tavern or the cavern, you can start kind of making out more of the words that are being spoken. You can kind of glimpse here and there on different words, but you can definitely tell that two people are arguing with each other.
Are there any language issues here, or what?
Depends.
So it depends on what everyone speaks. So let me verify something.
Yeah. Does the frog? What was it? Languages does it say the frog knows? Because Igo knows.
I assume it's through the frog. So I assume it's whatever Johan speaks.
Yeah, I speak.
But I don't know.
I would be hearing what he hears, so I would interpret whatever he hears through my senses. So I know common, druidic, of course, Dwarvish, Elvish, Halfling, Orc, and Sylvan.
Jeez, oh Pete. You're an
Yeah.
encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Let me pull up. I want to make sure I know what language they speak.
Yeah, if you know where to look for them, 5e hands out languages like Skittles.
I say technically speaking, what's kind of going to be funny is that I'm assuming that all of us are going to kind of be similar, at least to an extent, because Zack, just story-wise, he knows Draconic, Dwarvish, and Celestial are his three. But I only know a little 3 of them.
It's undercommon.
Oh, you have Undercommon?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I have Dwarfish and undercommon, so everyone, damn, I can't cuss around you guys without you understanding what I'm saying.
You don't know that I speak Dwarvish yet. You do. Dowroc doesn't.
Yeah.
And Johan's the kind of guy that'll try to get away with letting you swear in Dwarvish for as long as possible.
I'm just trying to find the last word. Oh, there he is. Found him. All right. They are speaking Draconic to each other. So I know Draconic. Zack
don't
knows
know that.
But unfortunately, we cannot see through the frog. Well, I guess you could reiterate what the frog's hearing.
Yeah. They're saying, I hear someone saying something. I can't make it out, but I want to attempt to relay it back to you guys.
Okay.
See if any of you,
Is
either
there
of you do.
character sheet.
I'd like to make a check to see if I've heard this before. I've heard this kind of language before.
Okay. I guess do a history check.
Like the words he's saying.
Okay, 18. Does Dowroc speak Draconic?
Well, he's been around someone that
That speaks Draconic. Okay. All right. So.
Well, Zack hear? Zack would probably hear the words more than like pronunciations more than Dowroc would. But
Zack's technically the most versed in Draconic out of the 3, just because of his time in Dragon Country, Dwarven, like that little, area. So, let's see. Let's make a. What would that be? Insight, maybe?
That's probably what I would think.
Okay, so roll an inside check, John.
Oh, cool! I got a 6.
Okay, so the words that you try to make out, that you give to Zack can only translate very, very small portions of it. From what you can translate, you can tell that the 2 are fighting about 1, not person A, for instance. Person A is yelling at person B saying, that's why you don't kill everyone. And everything else is kind of muddled, and they start fading away. Because the frog is still stationary, the voices kind of drift off like they're walking away.
I'm still at the edge of the frog's range. So, I don't know, I guess I'll attempt to follow them forward with the frog. You guys can follow after me if you want.
Okay.
Try to see if I can hear anything else. I'm going to try to make another check as soon as possible.
Okay. So,
Assuming they're still talking to each other.
So as you keep moving forward, you're not hearing anything. When you are looking through the frog, you are still not seeing anything. Just kind of looking around.
If they're actively moving deeper in, it's unlikely the frog would be able to catch them either.
Now, are there any special things with the frog that, like, he can't be surprised or anything of that nature?
No, he's just a frog.
Okay. So
the only thing is that because he's tiny, I'm pretty sure he gets a bonus to being hidden, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So as you slowly move in a little bit more, you hear a voice different than before, awfully close to the frog, saying, "What is this?" And then your sight cuts off from the frog, indicating that it got hit by an attack.
Great.
Damn, that's
So
kind of
you're roughly halfway through the tunnel.
It's like a what is this fly? Gee.
So in the attack that hit the frog, because you can see through his eyes, you do notice though that it is magic that hits the frog to kill it.
Okay. Any indicator of like an element or anything?
I don't believe there's an element associated with this.
Damn. It's still a frog. Doesn't random. I see a frog.
When they hit the frog with it, you notice that it forces the frog to move a little before it dies.
Okay. So just a force blast. All right.
How about I go in. It's pretty lit, but they're not gonna. They're gonna want to see, and investigate what the heck is coming into the cave, and
And as Igo's walking in, it just clang, clang, clang,
Mhm.
and then he just shows the guys. And they're like, "That's definitely the sound that wind makes. That's fine."
Well, I mean, if we're discussing this, that would draw them towards the entrance, so we could maybe get a look at them without having to head inside ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to send Igo?
Since the corridor is darker than their cavern anyway. We can hide back here and see if we can get a look at them. I'll also take a second to expend a use of wild shape and recreate beans and put him under my cloak.
Okay.
So that means I technically don't have any wild shapes right now, but I will after we get another rest.
Okay, so how far do you guys want to go into the tunnel before Igo enters the cavern?
Let's follow him at least half the remaining distance so we can at least see the entrance to the cavern pretty well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're about 3/4 in. Okay. You're about 3/4 of the way into the tunnel. Igo comes up to the cavern, and then does Igo want to do anything in particular?
I guess it's something I can do.
So you can load up your maps right now
Okay.
for a map of the cavern. So if you open up the maps, you should be able to look at the arcane hideout.
I'm just trying to see what my limits are on guiding.
Nope, I gotcha. So no player tokens are placed, obviously. Actually, I'll put Igo on the field just so you can see where the entrance is.
Okay, that obeys my commands. Okay, so it's smarter. It has an intelligence of -3, but it's smart enough to obey my commands, at least.
Oh,
Okay.
Igo has only an intelligence of 3.
Well, it's intelligence of 4. So
He's a big dumb animal, that's all.
he's big.
He's
dumb.
lovable, though. He's lovable.
but he obeys my command. So I'm going to command him to go in there and make owlbear noises. To
Okay.
walk in and like snorting noises and
Seems like something within his capabilities.
yeah,
Okay, so are you on the map section, Nick?
yeah.
So how far, or do you want Igo just to stay at that entrance, or do you want him to walk in more? What do you kind of want to do?
I'm trying to find the
So,
entrance.
oh, it's in the bottom right.
Bottom
You can
right.
zoom out a little bit on the map.
Okay.
So, so map-wise, if you see stuff on the ground, so like that first bunch of stuff that's right near the entrance, anything that has that on it is considered difficult terrain. So just so you know.
Okay. What about that cool magic circle over there? What is that?
You don't see it yet.
Don't pay attention.
You don't see a cool magic circle yet.
what,
Okay.
what cool magic? What cool magic circle? He's just gonna like how far before the
The frog died.
Yeah, before the frog died.
I'm gonna say that he was up here-ish. like right here, like in this opening area. He like
That makes
stepped out of
sense.
there and then died. So, however far you want to move Igo or change him, or
I'm gonna have him just walk forward until someone comes out.
okay. So, and he's making noises as he's going.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a bear wandering back into its home.
So he's making a bunch of noises, walking up. Nothing really happens yet.
Hey, I can't see through his eyes, by the way. You should.
Well, I know, but you're kind of role playing him though. So, I mean, I know we can just kind of basically we just see down the corridor to where it turns right now.
I have vision of 60 feet, but I don't know how that works outside looking in.
So I would say as a group, you guys move to the corner of the cavern or like the entrance of it, so that way you can. Basically, you're just like 5 feet from the entrance of the cavern, because you notice that there's nothing immediately dangerous at the entrance.
Yeah, so we can both perceive pretty far in then at this point.
Yeah, you can see all the way down to that wall that before it turns. So,
So
An interesting combo I've been thinking up out of character for a second.
Mhm.
Igo could carry beans, and
maybe
eventually I plan to take the telepathic feat.
so you're gonna just
And-
telepathically carry beans and then bomb them, basically.
My thought was, Igo could carry beans and scout ahead with a little bit like greater like durability, I guess. And then anything he sees, I could just telepathically relay to the group.
Ooh, that's an interesting thing. Heck, you could just set the
I've-
frog on Igo's back.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or like, he is a tiny creature, so like he could even be used to like infiltrate stuff if we really wanted to. I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about what Johan's role would be, and I thought Scout was a pretty good one.
no, I like that. I usually think of when I put people into role, or like when I think of our three characters. Yeah, you're the sneaky, the scout person. You're like, you're the more agile of the bunch.
Igo cannot be surprised, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
He's walking up a little 1 square closer,
Okay.
making noise. No one's
Let's
coming
do it.
out. No.
Let's see if I actually get lucky and have these as things. Motherfucker. I don't understand that, because it's like I have monsters in the monster manual or wherever, but like I can't use their specific token, and I don't know why.
And he has passive perception of 14, so I don't know if I beat that person's hide or not.
Yeah, this doesn't really make a ton of sense. What is and isn't in, like, what is and isn't available.
I wonder if it's because here. I wonder if I know what the problem is. So it's this book. Quick pause, just because I want to see. Because I mean, technically, I know an easy way to. I don't want to say go around it. It's just annoying, because basically you just make a player character with the name and then just put their picture on it, and then you could just throw them in there. So could go that route.
Can you do play? There's a section in Token Browser called Players in the middle.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that I would just make a blank character, doesn't really matter what they are, so that way their token at least shows up, and I can still name them the bad guy. So that way I can still have a token, because I don't want, like, here's a question mark, here's a question mark, here's a question mark. So, give me a moment, because I figured since I had these, they would just pop up. So let me do this real fast.
I could reduce myself and I could latch on the bottom of Igo.
That
Walk
is
in.
you.
Walk in now.
Whenever my maps loads, we can start. I had to refresh the map in order for it to the player tokens to show up.
God. Literally the Bethesda game of D&D applications, straight up.
All right. So as Igo moves up, so while yes, he can't be surprised, obviously, but he doesn't have like spider sense. So when he walks up one additional time, he sees somebody there.
Interesting.
So he looks like red cloaked. He's got. He looks from, well, Igo doesn't really know much, so he sees that he's a guy in a red cloak. He doesn't have much intelligence, so.
Well, I don't have any way to communicate.
Nope. So
Yeah.
Igo sees it, so.
I can.
What would Igo do if he saw a stranger? Would he get like in a defensive posture or something? 'Cause, like
all at it.
the default action when he's threatened is to like go into dodge, right?
So Igo, when he steps up, make a stealth check for Igo.
Oh boy.
I know that you're trying to be or you're trying to be noisy, but just do a stealth check for me.
Yes,
I
that's
see names. I
great
see
roll.
names of people, and I'm very tempted to look them up, but I don't know that would be wrong.
Don't look him up. Okay, alright. So, as you're making a bunch of noise, this individual looks over at him, raises his hand, and proceeds to shoot a magic spell at Igo.
Okay.
He creates 3 glowing darts, and he throws them all at Igo.
We'd be able to see the darts coming around the corner, though, right?
That is correct. You see the darts hitting it, and Dowroc, make an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
I would know what it is.
Yep. So you recognize the magic as magic missile.
Oh,
Cool.
So on that vein, let me pull up
you do it.
character sheet.
Take some damage.
When we see this happen,
Igo takes 11 damage.
Woohoo.
Boom,
when we
boom.
see this happen, I'm gonna assume we're about to get into a fight. So if I'm permitted to do so, I'm going to go ahead and draw my Ironwood short sword and cast Shillelagh on it.
Okay.
So now it's
So-
actually a viable weapon.
How long does it take to cast that?
Bonus action.
Okay, so fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
And
Dowroc
that'll-
want to
that-
do anything?
Dowroc is heading in.
He's what?
After you see Igo get attacked, he's heading in.
Okay.
Ah, crap. All right. And there's no way I'll ever catch him either, because dwarves are natural sprinters.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Totally.
dangerous over short distance.
Real short distances.
Okay. So, Nick, your Dowroc's on the map if you want to move him.
Oh.
Now, remember, you can dash, you can do whatever, but you are, however, not permitted. Well, actually, how far is that?
Right here.
You, unless you take the dash action, which is fine, because you're not technically in combat yet, but you notice, or Igo notices, and you can tell from looking at Igo, that it looks like the human is charging up another blast.
Mm.
So Igo can also move or, do whatever. So,
Yeah, Igo doesn't go into my initiative.
okay.
Until after my initiative. So
Uh-oh.
I'm going to run up and say, oh, that's where you went. So that's where, what do you guys, Did you shoot my pet?
So he, as you're doing that, moves there and continues to creating his spell. So in creating his spell,
Hold on. What's going on here?
he waves his hand and 3 magical darts appear, and he now fires 2 at you and 1 at Igo.
Shield.
Does shield block magic missile?
Yes, they can.
Yes.
Nice. Igo,
Yeah,
however,
shield-
takes 4 damage.
I
So
well,
Dowroc,
I'm
Igo, and this guy roll initiative.
alright. Can I just go ahead and do it too? Because I'm about to start
Yeah, that's
doing
fine.
stuff.
So everyone roll initiative.
Alright, 15.
What a dick. What a dick. What a maroon. Get off.
Dowroc 12. Zack 11. And then this guy.
Not stopping.
Until I-
Words aren't
wait a few levels until I get a proficiency bonus added to my initiative. It's gonna be great.
Words aren't working with this guy. He's a psychopath.
All right. So, as the fight starts, you see the cloaked figure raise his hand yet again, as he is first in initiative.
Cool.
He now uses... He puts his hands together and a fireball starts forming into his hands. He then puts up both of his hands and shoots 2 fire rays at Dowroc and Igo.
This man needs a pummeling.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there.
So the one against Igo completely misses Igo.
Good. Did not
And
have
one
to-
against Dowroc still actually probably misses Dowroc.
Yeah. I'm aware of him now. I see what he's tricked. Watching his hand.
Should have stuck with magic missiles, I think.
I'm watching his
He
hands.
missed completely with those attacks. It is now Johan's turn.
Okay, I'm going to Misty Step to there. I think. Hold on.
I know you have to see line of sight if I remember right.
Then there.
Okay.
And that should give me a pretty good beat on this guy. And I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna Thorn Whip. No, I'm gonna Thorn Whip.
What's the range
16.
on Thorn Whip? 30?
Yeah.
Dang. 16?
To hit. Yeah.
Okay, hits.
And I will yank him back here.
Okay.
Doing 1 damage.
Alright.
I mostly just wanted to get him out of line of sight with you guys, though, so you could maybe do something.
Alright, Dowroc's turn.
It's like, where do you think you're going? I'm not even bumping now. Seeing the vines wrapping around. Where do you think you're going?
Like,
He's got a gun. He's gonna action gun.
what's he
That
get?
blam.
Why is a
Are you,
pistol
are you kidding
not
me?
a weapon? Let me one second.
My computer has needed to restart to install updates like every other day for 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. Very annoying. I'm also out of coffee, which is very annoying.
You don't have the endless
Gun.
coffee drink?
I wish I did.
22 to hit.
Hit.
Oh yeah. Hey, eat that 10 damage.
Hand. Ooh.
Eat that.
Okay.
11 damage so far, not bad.
So something I'm going to be implementing, which you guys can choose to follow or not, depending on if you want to try to do this for story. If I say that something or someone is bloody, that means that they're at least half of their HP is gone. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I know a lot of
he is not
a lot of
bloody
people. I know a lot of people still use that term now.
Okay. Just so you can have a visual indication of kind of, oh, is he hurt enough yet? Okay.
We've beaten him to the point that he looks like he's about to die.
Igo says. Igo growls and roars and attacks him.
Okay.
I think it's plus roll. Just gonna roll 20 into the math. 19.
Hit.
1d8. Oops. It's not what I needed. 7 points
Okay.
of force damage. And my other one in the bullet was piercing damage.
Okay. You notice that they did normal amounts of damage, so no resistance or anything
Okay.
that you notice. Okay.
This is what you get. And Zack, how dare you attack my pet?
Alrighty.
No words at all.
So, Zack's turn. So, Zack is going to take the dash action, so he gets 60 speed this turn. So, he is going to... whoop, right there. Dash. But as he does so, that is the only action that he will be performing this turn. So he kind of pins him in a little bit.
We won't give you
Right.
one word jibes or anything like that.
What?
No one word jibes or anything.
Alright, it is now the bad guy's turn. So, mist starts coming up around him. He does a very similar misty step back 30 feet.
Damn.
He then
Thought we had him boxed in.
puts his hands together yet again, this time a little bit bigger of a fireball,
Oh my god.
holds it above his head, and chucks a fireball at...
He's Frieza.
He chucks a fireball to the square left of Igo. When it hits the square left of Igo, it goes in a 20-foot area around. So everybody within 20 feet radius. So takes that much takes a dex saving throw.
John is out of range.
Yes, everyone else is in
Barely.
range. John is out of range.
Deck save.
That's actually unfortunate for me.
I got a 22. Zach got a 22. Correction, like.
Let's roll. 18.
Okay.
I go. So I'm just assuming just roll a d20 and add a 1 to it.
Yep.
That is not good.
Yeah.
10. All right, so
11.
Zack and Dowroc are able to fend off roughly half the damage, while unfortunately Igo takes the full brunt. So let me do the rolls. So Zack and Dowroc have as much on a successful. Okay. Igo takes 28 damage. Zack and Dowroc take 14 damage.
Only 1? Yeah, it goes down.
Okay.
Let me see here. And I take 12 or 14.
14.
14.
Unless you're resistant to fire. I don't know if you are.
It was Johan's turn.
That is correct. It is Johan's turn.
Yeah. And Johan is going to take part of his movement to here. Then uses action to cast Longstrider on himself and Zack.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a non-concentration, but for 1 hour, your speed is increased by 10.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, so I still have a whole 30 feet of movement left anyway after doing that. So.
Okay. Is that a bonus? Or...
Well, I'm just gonna take the rest of my movement.
Well, no, I mean like your what is long stride?
Oh no, that's my action. So I'm just positioning
gotcha.
myself now.
Okay.
And do I have any bonus actions I can take? I guess I'll refresh Shillelagh just in case I end up needing it longer than like 5 more turns.
Okay.
But yeah, then I'm done.
All right. It is Dowroc's turn.
You son of a bitch!
I can't wait to get to level 5 so everyone can be Misty Stepping.
just wait, man.
He takes bonus action. He's taking his mace out, and then he's gonna just smash this guy in the face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun once I start.
That's a hit.
Using some of my other abilities, because we're gonna have teleportation for days.
8 damage.
Yeah.
All right, he is bloodied.
I would hope so at this point.
Well, you were like 2 points away from him being bloodied before, so it was just like right on the cusp. Okay. Dowroc, that was your turn, correct?
Right.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so Zack will run up and try to slash at this guy with a long sword. Ooh, 12. Ooh.
Silver barb.
In that... Oh, can you do that on an attack roll?
Well, no, I can't. Never
I
mind.
think you have to do that in response to someone else's.
Yeah.
So you can tell that Zack's attack barely didn't touch him. It is now his turn yet again.
Fine.
He...
This foggy.
Brink. You can tell Mist came up and he teleports yet again right over here. And you can see that he's gathering fire in his hands again. He now shoots it between Dowroc and Zack. So dex saving throw. Alright, I got a 21, and what did you get?
15.
Okay, we both save, so we only take half damage again. But half damage is still out with this.
Yeah.
We take 16 damage.
Jesus Christ, this man.
This guy is actually pretty freaking powerful.
Zack is bloodied, just so everyone's aware. Alright, so that puts his turn done. It is now Johan's turn.
Super bloody.
I'm gonna run here. And I'm gonna shillelagh stab him with my sword.
Okay.
14 to hit.
Hit.
11 damage.
You can tell that he is very bloody, barely able to kind of stand up at this point. It is now Dowroc fittingly's turn.
You can smack him in the head in the face. Advantage.
15 hits.
15 hits.
Well, yeah, 15 hits. So, okay.
9 points.
As Dowroc smashes him, would you like... I mean, you can describe it if you'd like, but he hits him and kills this specter, this thing. As he is going down, he smirks, closes his eyes, and Dowroc notices, or not notices, but he can tell that he was sending thoughts telepathically as he falls to his death. He now is dead. So congratulations, you won.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I think we might have just only started something.
So, how long does it take to cure Igo, Nick?
1 minute.
Oh, okay, so you can just cure him in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like a limited use to that or something?
Takes a spell slot.
Oh, well here, don't do that.
Okay, don't do that.
So Zack's gonna go over to Igo, and Zack is gonna use his...
Well, mine is up to full. When I cure him, it heals
Oh,
up.
okay, you like fuel it. Okay, then never mind. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't know it was like.
Do we have a minute? Are we sure that we have a minute? I'm gonna kind of.
Good point.
We're in kind of a cutoff area here. I'm gonna say this in character. We can see this corridor to the west here. We can see through there. We can see up here. We can see through here, and then back here is just the entrance. So I'm gonna kind of position myself here, where I can see north and west.
I will position down this way.
All right, and that way we can
kind of watch out.
Kind of keep lookout while he does that. See if we can actually get him the 1 minute he needs.
1 minute.
Okay. So, Zack is going to be using his lay on hands on himself because he's hurt pretty bad. To heal.
I don't know
how healed up does that get him?
It restores 15. He's at 28 out of 43 right now.
This is this question. Do we need another body? Should we have another body?
What do you mean another body?
Like for Igo, it's gonna or because that's what Dowroc would do. He'd try to heal down. He'd try to heal Igo to get back up.
Right, you're healing Igo, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Attempting to.
Well, yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move down here. I'm gonna kind of motion Zack back over to me, so we can still kind of see our zones, but we're closer together.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
To give him another 6 points back.
Dowroc, what are you at?
4.
Shit.
Oh,
Okay.
You're lower. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have time? Like, do we hear anything or see anything yet? Is anything going on?
At the moment, no.
All right, then I'll move.
It might have just been. It could have been just a message to say beware. People are here.
Move up there next and cast it again on Dowroc.
Okay.
Give him back 9 HP.
So Zack will move here, and he will use his healing hands ability to heal 4 more to Dowroc.
Okay. I'm bloody.
Alright, let's see.
Okay.
Trying not to use any more spell slots.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might just have to stay behind us if another confrontation happens.
I got guns.
I got a huge gun. Alright. As you guys are doing this, I'm gonna... Igo, a minute passes, Igo stands up, so he's fine. Everyone... Well, Johan and Dowroc, roll a perception check.
No.
Well, Johan, roll a perception check.
Alright, I'm pretty good at that. 23.
Ooh.
Okay. So as everything's going on and people are healing each other and touching each other,
Yeah.
you notice something. You hear something off in the distance, and you go back up to where you're standing, and all the way down the cavern, you see this guy. You see a dragonborn standing there. He is a blue dragonborn with purple armor, holding a spear in his hand with a greatsword on his hip.
All right, I don't want to be like, hey guys, there's a enemy over there, in case we can come out of this without having to fight anymore. So I'm gonna walk over here, as I do that, I'm gonna hold my hands up and my weapon up above my head and be like,
That's gonna work.
be like, hello. We seem to have come to some sort of misunderstanding. We didn't intend to get into a conflict with you guys. Maybe can we talk this out, and hopefully that'll alert you guys that I see something.
Okay. So as you do that, Zack is going to move up a little bit as he hears it. So as you do that, he looks over in your direction and turns away for a moment. He notices you, turns away for a moment, and says, "Captain, we got some people in here." And he turns back towards you, and he readies his spear.
I'm assuming we've had enough of a break that this is a separate encounter, right?
Yeah, this is a separate one. You re-roll stuff and you go into a new encounter, yes.
Just making sure, because I'm about to start us an encounter whether we want one or not.
So yeah, no rest or anything occurred yet, so no restoring of anything. But yes, this is a separate technical encounter.
We're not technically fighting them yet, right?
Correct.
All right, so I'm going to cast Charm Person on this dragonborn.
Okay.
Wisdom 14 saving throw.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh
He
my
gets a 15 and misses. Now he is not happy.
Yeah, I figured. I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Yes.
I only got a 7 that time.
He only got, well, he also got a 7, so roll again.
Alright, cool. Always love that.
Now he had a
14?
He had a 16, so he will be going first.
Cool. At least there's a little tiny bit of difficult terrain between us, so he'll have to either swerve or run through it, which won't help me at all.
So due to the distance behind, Zack, Dowroc, and Igo will also roll initiative, but unfortunately they are a while away, so it might take them a minute to get to you. So
Yeah, that's
Dowroc
fine.
and
I got
Igo,
it.
roll initiative.
A 15. I rolled 15.
Zack got a, well, I keep doing the custom, so hold on. Zack, 19, Dowroc 15?
Yeah.
And then Dragonborn, Johan. Alright, so as the combat starts, Zack, 1, 2, 3. So, one thing to remember is that the long strider effect is still in effect for both of us because it is not past an hour yet.
Yep.
So, 1, 5, 10. Further. So Zack is going to move up here,
Okay, cool.
and
That'll keep him from running right up and killing me. That's good. I appreciate that.
And that is all he's going to do, because he does not have that many bonus. Oh, never mind. Aha, he will Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
He will extend his left arm and try to shoot a blast at the dragon. Does that hit?
Oh god, I hope so.
As it flies toward the dragon, born, The Dragonborn slashes down with a spear, separating the blast, avoiding the damage.
Great. That's great.
It is now
So,
Dowroc's turn.
this one's tougher than the last one. That's good to know. Probably won't do as much blast damage though. That's good.
You can tell by looking at him that he definitely does not look magical compared to the other one.
Are we saying diagonal is 5?
Yeah, diagonal's 5. Oh, actually no, sorry. Before Zack's turn ends. Is this a bonus action or is this an action? Oh, never mind. It's a damn. Never mind. Actually, you know what? No. Zack, just how far is this? Zack will cast as a bonus action. Hunter's Mark.
Ooh.
And he will mark the Dragonborn as his target. Then he'll attempt to shoot, miss, or, and then now it's Dowroc's turn.
Alright, cool. Hunter's Mark is a good spell, man.
The Oath of Vengeance gives him it.
My turn.
Yep.
I
Wait,
can
what?
I could long range, but I don't like.
That's up to you.
No, I'm good. That's my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
So, it is now the Dragonborns. Bum, bum,
Fun.
bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is going to move there, and not liking what Zack did to him, he is going to attack Zack with his... As he is running, he is going to pull out his greatsword, and he is going to attack Zack with it.
Deflect attack.
Is that the disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2. Lower roll was 9.
Yeah.
So, yep, that was a... Where's his plus? That was a miss. His other one, by the way, was a 18, so that would have hit.
Yeah.
Yay! But,
Yay.
unfortunately, he swings again with his greatsword.
God damn it.
Does he have disadvantage just for that one attack, or is it the turn?
This one on the attack roll.
Alright, so he gets a 19, which you can tell he seems to have more force behind this strike.
Jesus Christ, he crit? Are you kidding me? Dowroc's gonna go silvery barbs.
Alright. So yes, in a passive perception way, yes, he crits on a 19 or a 20. Instead, he now crit misses. Oh wait, no he doesn't. It looked like it was a 1, but it's a 13. Sorry, never mind. So he does hit Zack, but it is no longer a critical hit. But you can tell he got a total of 19. So he barely hit Zack.
I'm giving Zack the advantage.
Okay. Zack takes 11 slashing damage.
Still took it? He still took damage on a critical.
Well, so no, he didn't take critical damage.
Yeah.
That was normal damage, yes. Normal damage was... Oh. I gotta look at this stupid thing. 7... Okay. Alright.
My turn.
Yeah.
Here's this guy can just add you more stuff. Alright. I'm gonna
Yeah, we
move
need-
here.
We need to get unbunched. This guy can cone damage. He's a dragonborn. He can float. He can dragon breath. We gotta get out of the cone.
We're
So you
fine,
can get on
probably.
That's an outstanding observation, Dowroc.
I'm gonna move here, and as I'm moving, I'm gonna look around the corner and see if I can get a look at how this guy was talking to. Do I get a look at who this guy was talking to?
So yeah, sure. You see him. So he is a human-looking individual, dressed in purple cloth, has some armor on him, and he is carrying a flail and a spear.
Fine.
but you can already tell that he is looking in your direction.
All right. In that case, I will ignore him for the time being. Renew my shillelagh and attack the Dragonborn with flanking.
Okay.
And I get a 13, which I'm assuming misses.
That's with advantage?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
it is.
yeah, Evo teams.
Then yes, that misses. That misses him.
So there's a interesting rule I just saw last night about double advantages and stuff like that. If somebody gets like advantage and then another stack of advantage, like every additional advantage that person has is a +2 to their roll.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Like they would get advantage and then add a +2 to the roll.
Oh, gotcha. So if three
Right.
people were surrounding somebody, they'd have advantage +2.
Well, it would be more of what I just did. Like
Yeah,
what
if you get
with the barbs gives you advantage, and now you're flanking, you get the +2.
Yeah, each source of advantage counts as, like, past the initial one counts as a +2 bonus.
Yeah.
Well, right. So I mean, you have advantage, but you have a +2 on the die roll to both of them.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Right?
Johan.
No. I'm saying for double advantage, like
Yeah,
Zack.
yeah.
if Zack
Yeah.
turns.
Yeah, if Zack goes, would have a +2.
Oh, it is Zack's turn, actually. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm okay implementing that if you want to, John.
Yeah, sure. It'll let us
I just
punch
found
up
it
a little bit.
Yeah, I just found it last night, and I was just like, well, that's just like,
Righty. So it now goes to Zack's turn. So Zack.
kill this guy before he. We're not gonna kill this guy before he's freaking gonna.
So Zack is going to simply strike longsword against this dragon. So he has the double advantage, if you will. So
God,
first roll.
hit, please, and do some smite damage, please.
All right.
Ooh, that may be-
The second one, I got a 19, well, plus 2, so 21 total.
If he parries, I'm gonna get pissed.
He does not parry, and he takes a hit.
Good.
So,
God.
okay. So, hold on. There's more addings. So 6. Hunter's Mark adds another D6.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And I will Divine Smite as well to do another 2d8 to him.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so total damage. I did 16 total damage to him.
2 3s, damn it.
Unfortunately, yeah, it was not nearly as much, so he is not bloody.
Okay.
At the end of that turn, it is Dowroc's turn.
He's gonna action gun.
Okay. Now does he technically have cover, kinda, because I goes in the way, or?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think your allies provide cover.
I don't
to
know.
enemies.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right.
Because like technically you could be like shooting over your ally's shoulder or something.
Yeah.
21 hit.
21 hits. Yes.
10 damage.
Okay.
What do I want to do? Igo's going to move here.
Okay.
Igo's going to take the swipe. A 6. Miss. That's it.
All right. It is the Dragonborn's turn. Who is not
Alright.
happy?
I suspect.
Just so you're aware, because I don't know if like this other guy's gonna try to sneak up behind us or something. I do have blind sight, so as long as he stays within 60 feet of me, since I know where he is, I should continue to know where he is.
Okay.
Just FYI.
So, Dragonborn's turn. He attacks with his greatsword. He will attack Johan once.
Deflect.
Don't like that.
Deflective attack.
Okay. So, first...
And you're just going after Johan. That's why I moved him there. Yeah.
Alright. So, he misses the first attack against Johan.
Good.
Good.
He now turns his attention to Igo and slashes again. This time he gets a total of 19 to hit Igo.
He doesn't like him interfering.
Did you say hit?
Yeah, it's a hit. He doesn't like him interfering.
He does not. Igo takes 15 total damage.
Jesus Christ.
Slashing damage. Well, he almost rolled highest numbers that he can get, so that's why.
Well, that's
And then
bad.
you see him bolster up more energy somehow, and he picks up his greatsword again,
Oh my
and
god.
he strikes Zack with it.
This hurts.
I feel like we're punching above our weight class a little bit here.
We always are, it
Oh.
seems.
Oh. 17. Misses. Oh no, that hits. So. Oh wait, no. Take back that damage roll. Zack's shield pops up and stops the attack.
Oh, good. Okay.
And then next roll. He misses on that one. So after all of those, the dragon.
He's a crap. He attacks twice on an action surge? Fuck.
It is now Johan's turn.
Good God. The captain.
Cool. I'm going to attempt to shillelagh stab him again, I guess.
Okay.
And thank God I have flanking. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Good. For 7 damage.
And with that hit, he is bloodied.
Oh, thank God. Is the captain going to do anything now that his guy seems to be losing, or?
Why, yes, he is.
Oh,
Cool.
God. That's what he did.
So, yeah. But it is not his turn yet. So,
Okay.
It's just kind of like takes out
he
his
has
sword.
rolled initiative and entered combat.
Yeah, Johan sees him take
Okay.
out his spear or whatever.
Yes, he sees him ready himself for combat.
Initiate. It's
Does
like,
he
shit.
do? Okay. All right. All right.
Who are you? Who are you? Why
Does
are you
he-
doing
does-
this?
does- Does he roll initiative? I'm assuming after my turn is over.
Point.
Correct.
Yeah.
He rolled after your turn's over, and he is now in the turn order of where he will, so he's not acting right away yet.
Okay.
So it is now, well, providing your turn is done, right?
Yeah, I'm trying
Oh.
to decide if I didn't know this already, if I would
Oh,
be like,
Zack-
all ready to move in case that guy starts moving or something. But I don't think I would do that. So.
I forgot to also make a Constitution saving throw to see if I maintain Hunter's Mark. I critically, of course, waste a crit and really make sure Hunter's Mark stays.
And yeah, I mean, at this level of combat, though, if your concentration's even halfway decent, you're probably just always going to.
Yeah, I need a 6 at least to maintain. Well, it's 10 or the damage taken.
Yeah, whichever is half the damage taken, right?
Or, yeah, I think it's half the damage. All right, so now it is Zack's turn. So Zack
Yeah,
attacks.
half the damage 10 or half of the damage taken, whichever's greater.
Okay. All right, so now Zack advantage strikes against the Dragonborn. Give me another crit. Nope, not that one. Oh, I did the stupid custom roll again. So 19 total. So hit.
Good.
So starts with 7 plus Hunter's Mark. Yeah, full. 13. And I will expend another spell slot to smite him.
Oh boy.
9. 21 total damage.
Yeah.
Bam! With that attack, the Dragonborn falls to one knee. Not dead, but you can tell that he is about to... He doesn't have much life left in him. It is now Dowroc's turn.
Do I want to mountain this guy, talk to him, or do I want...
I mean, you could try to tell him to yield, I guess, but
Yeah, you can try.
Who knows if he would?
I don't know if
You certainly try.
We don't know anything about these guys other than the first guy attacked us.
Yeah.
Attacked unprovoked.
Yeah, I mean, let's logic through this for a second. This is what Johan's thought process would be, at least.
Yeah.
The one that was guarding the place, obviously, attacked 2 creatures. But when he saw that there were people with those creatures,
He still attacked.
he immediately attacked them too.
Yeah.
And we weren't giving any hostile intentions originally. So I think it would be safe for us to assume that these people are up to no good.
Yeah.
And there is still, we know that there is at least one more person, so even if this guy yields, it's not like we can just tie him up. We're still going to have to deal with the final person, so maybe we try to capture the last one alive then instead, or something, you know?
I thought, yeah, they even, like, they're either given orders that have no witnesses, and this is like some sort of government thing that they're political thing that they're doing, or this is a cult thingy, or an evil cult thingy that they're doing. Either way.
Or there's some sort of treasure here that they know about that most people don't.
Yeah.
And they don't want anybody to get in the way. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could be going on here.
Dowroc's gonna gun.
Cool.
He's gonna shoot him?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did not have to deal with any breath attacks.
30,
so far,
20.
so that's good.
Did you
Oh,
crit, or was that the total
30,
roll?
30, 20. There's a just...
Oh, dirty 20. Gotcha.
Four.
Okay.
15 plus.
All right. Damage.
9 damage.
Okay. As you shoot him, he falls to the ground. He is not dead, but he seems like he's just unconscious.
Okay.
Right there, Captain. What's going on?
He can't hear you from where you're at.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna go closer. I'm staying back.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Your health is still low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think back when we were making time for you to heal Igo, we would have been like, you know, hang back as much as you can, cover us from a distance, you know. So yeah, like you could even back off a little if you want.
Huh?
I mean, you could even stand to back off a little if you want. Your weapon has decent range to it.
Igo's gonna take a dodge action,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Johan, make a perception check.
Channels guidance through Igo.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm kidding. You can't channel it. You guidance to make it.
So, as you look over at the captain, you see him notice that the Dragonborn fell over.
Yeah.
You see the captain turn back toward a room, and in his right hand is what looks like a mask in his hand.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
Fun.
It is a, from what you can tell, looks like a dragon's head. And it is blue in color. As you see him turn, he steps into the room.
Damn it. Don't do it, man. Don't cause this
And
kid. Oh no. He
You
disappeared.
notice that he is gone now.
Oh no.
That is the end of the combat.
What we're doing with this guy. Can we tie him up? Or do we go after him? Do we
You
kill
can
this
do
guy?
whatever you want.
Do we get to this guy, interrogate him? What do we want to do with him?
That
I
is up to
think
you.
I vote for tying this guy up. I'm also going to, while you guys are doing that, assuming that you do, I'm going to move over here and see if I can get a look at what these people were doing.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check my backpack.
Okay.
I got 50 feet of rope, so I guess we can we can tie this guy up.
All right. So you tie the Dragonborn up.
I'm tying him up, and then what else do I have? I'm gonna put a crowbar in his mouth, so he can't breathe fire.
Okay. I'm assuming you're also disarming him.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Was he?
He has a great sword and a spear right now, weapon-wise.
You say Igo is going to keep watch on him, and then
Okay.
Dowroc is going to go down to the magic user's body and loot him to see if we can find any like notes or anything, or just anything useful for our adventure.
Okay.
While that's
So
while
as-
that's going on, do I notice anything about this room? I have a modest arcana. I don't have any like detect magic or anything, but like
Roll an Arcana check.
24.
Okay, so as you walk up to the room, you see a blue sigil on the floor, emitting blue pulsing light. And you know from arcane history and knowledge that it is a teleportation sphere.
So theoretically, we could maybe use it to follow after this guy. I
Good.
don't know that would be a good idea, but we could. So I guess I'll head back to the group to relay that.
Okay.
I actually need to step away for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So
I
hold
can
this
do
thought.
Investigation on the body.
Okay. So go ahead and make a investigation check.
Ooh.
24.
Yeah.
On the body, as you search through it, let me pull him up just to make sure. Alright, so upon searching the body, you find a couple of interesting things.
Perfect.
First off, you find a bag on him.
Oh.
Looks like a satchel of sorts.
Don't have identify right now, so.
What'd you say?
So I said I don't have identify right now, so it's a bag. You gonna open up the bag?
You
Looking-
can. You can open up the bag.
You can look up. I'm gonna hold it away from my face and open up the bag.
So as you open up the bag, nothing pops out at you or anything. When you look into it, there's not a normal inside of a bag. It looks like almost a pocket dimension.
Oh, it's a... It's like just empty, like just blackness that I can't see with my dark vision. I'm guessing I can't see with my dark vision.
You can't, you cannot see it with your dark vision.
Okay. So it is magical.
It is a magical bag, yes.
I don't know if you've heard of this. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I've ever heard of this bag before?
Sure.
Mm, 14.
Okay. So, upon investigating it a little further,
Upon
You-
my...
huh?
I meant, it's like my studies. I would study magic with my history. I would have studied kind of every magic having to do with tinkering and magical items and stuff like that. So I didn't know.
Okay.
I would have...
Well, as you continue to look at it, you've heard of this before. This sounds like something that you've heard, and just out of a natural reaction, you flip the bag over and shake it a few times, and a couple of items fall out.
Oh.
And you notice, or you recognize this bag as a magic bag of holding.
Oh boy. Is it not filtering? Is it not filtering? Do I need to do wondrous?
It's a wondrous item, technically, yeah.
Why is it
It's
not
just
there?
bag of holding, yeah. But as you dump it out, you notice a couple of things hit the ground as well.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yep.
I don't know what's not adding it. I want to go manage inventory.
What, to add the bag to you, or...
Oh, give me 1 second. I have to attune to that, right? If I want it.
No, it's not an attunement item.
Oh, okay. What was the other? What were the items that came that dumped out?
So what fell out of the bag it was a simple melee dagger, nothing special, 2 spell scrolls of magic armor,
I may not know about the spell scrolls. Those I may have to identify. I don't know if I would know about those.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
I found the wizard had a bag of holding,
Ooh,
or
cool.
the spellcaster had a bag of holding, and right now it has a dagger and 2 scrolls.
Interesting. Have we tried to identify the scrolls yet?
Oh, I can't
No.
do that yet. I can't do that yet.
Okay.
I'd have to have a long rest before I could identify what it is.
Okay, that makes sense. Have we got the guy tied up?
Yeah, we got. And then any more? Did I find any kind of notes on the?
No, you did not find anything on him other than what
Okay.
was described.
All right. Can I retroactively say I'm gonna scout around the rest of this cavern while he's looting?
Sure.
All right. So do I find anything of interest? What do I need to roll to do that?
Investigation check.
All right. I got 16.
All right.
Wish I could roll these high numbers when I'm attacking.
I know, right? It's like my crit Constitution saving throw that would have been really helpful. Whatever. All right. So as you hurrying around, you notice that there are a couple of items still there that it doesn't seem like the individuals that you fought had any interest in, but yet they still have some properties about them that makes them greater than your average items.
Monkey. Oh, monkey.
What?
You're my cat. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was just kind of confused. So, as you look around, you basically see different loot piles
Yes, lay down.
that the orcs have had that have just piles of stuff on them that orcs can't attune to or can't use at all. So roll a d4.
Oh my.
Ooh, fun.
4.
4.
Yes!
Alright, so as you're looking through a bunch of stuff, you come across 2 items in particular that look rather appealing to you. You pick up, actually, correction, 3 items. 3 items that look rather appealing to you.
Interesting.
So as you pick them up, so this is just Johan seeing them right now, but he finds 3 items. He finds a circlet, a bag of beads,
Ooh.
and a screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Is it Sonic?
It is somewhat Sonic, yes.
That's awesome. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna hang on to these. I'm not gonna do anything with them yet. Maybe bring them over and we can store them in the bag of holding for now.
Yeah.
Definitely want to look into those once we have a second. But as of right now, I actually now that I've gotten the lay of the land, there's nobody else. There's nobody else here. I'm assuming, right?
None that you see or hear.
All right. Well, there's still an open teleportation spot here. I think it would be prudent to drape our captive on over Igo's back and get the Hiffle out of here.
I mean, Zack seems to... I agree with that. I think it would be a good idea, because we don't know what's on the other side of that teleportation circle.
And I mean, hell, once we're out of here, if we want to, we could even see about like collapsing the cave entrance to make sure nobody follows us.
Dowroc, would you agree with that statement?
Absolutely.
Or his thoughts? All right. So you guys make your way outside of the cave. Igo carrying the Dragonborn on his back. Once you leave the cave, you kind of head over to a nearby plain area that looks very safe from monsters and stuff. So you guys sit down for a moment, and then
All right.
you can take this moment to do any type of character interaction.
Oh, I was going to do his, what was it, just a spear?
The Dragonborn?
Yeah.
He had a spear and a greatsword on him.
I'm taking the great sword.
Okay. You're leaving the spear just in the cave, or?
Yeah, it's not very, it's not very,
Impressive. Interesting.
worth a lot.
Valuable.
He is a money... For being out of character, for being a prince, basically, he is a money-hungry little dwarf.
I mean, dwarves are like economically inclined, I guess, is the best, the not racist way of putting it.
That's fair.
Mine is more of a, I need money for create magic stuff, so...
I know, I'm just giving you shit. Alright, so you guys make it out, so this is during
Dowroc would
a
be one of
long
the-
rest, so you can do whatever interactions you want to do, or actions, or anything like that.
He said we're collapsing the cave, we're not going to fall. We're not going to follow this guy. He had one of the masks. I mean, Zack told us about how powerful they are. Well, he said that.
So here's a question for Johan.
Or did
Johan
yeah.
tell the party about what he saw exactly?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I would have brought that up when I was relaying the information about the teleportation circle.
Okay. So as you guys make it out, but before you destroy the entrance of it, the entrance of it is somewhat near the campsite that you guys can stay at. So Zack said, well, before we destroy the entrance, we should chat about something.
Okay, hold on.
Right.
I'm going to take some dishes out.
Okay.
Then as we're on our way out, I'm gonna set beans down by the entrance. So if anything comes out and startles him, I'll be able to sense it.
Okay. Oh,
So
Beans is
it's-
the frog name.
Yes.
That makes way more sense when you said you can make I thought, okay, never mind. That makes so much more sense now. I didn't catch that his name was Beans. Okay.
I'm here again.
Okay. So as you sit down, this constitutes a long rest. So in whatever order of actions you'd like to do, you can. So I guess if you would like to start an action before we get into character talk, you can. So identifying, going whatever.
Yeah, I'll pop the
Long rest for me. You'll identify. I don't have any more spell slots, so I had to take a long rest.
Oh, it's a spell slot to identify.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll at least take the magic items I found back out and see if I recognize any of them, I guess.
Okay.
Like what they are.
So the magic items that you pull back out, so it was a bag of beads,
Mm-hmm.
a screwdriver, and a circlet. Is there a specific one you want to try to take a closer look at?
Let's start with the circlet. That's the one I feel like I'd most likely have be able to recognize offhand.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
20.
Okay. You, after further investigation and looking at this circlet, can identify it
Cool.
as
What is it?
it is a circlet of blasting.
Oh boy.
So this wondrous item, while wearing this circlet, you can use an action to cast Scorching Ray spell with it. Once you make this spell's attacks, you do so with an attack bonus of +5, and it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Scorching Rays is a good spell.
So that is what you remember is the spell that the human cloaked individual that you fought when you first completely missed Dowroc and I go with was a Scorching Ray.
Interesting.
Okay. Would you like to try to look at another magic item?
Yeah, let's look at the bag of beads.
Okay. Roll a Arcana check.
Yeah, 23. God, I can't be in combat right now.
All right. So as you look at the bag, roll a d4.
Okay.
Oh.
3.
Okay. In the bag, you see 7 beads.
That-
As you look closer to them, Dowroc, also roll an Arcana check for me.
It's not too much. 14.
14? Okay. So Dowroc walks over as you're investigating these beads, and he goes, "Hey, I've seen those beads before." And so together, you speak. What?
I said I have.
So you've
Okay.
seen them in your travels. So you pick up one of them and you say, "This is a bead of force." It is
Cool.
almost like a bomb that you can throw a bead and have it explode.
Cool.
And he's like, "These are good." And he puts it back into the bag for you.
All right.
These are good.
You also obtain the bead of force. Now, any items, this is DMing, any items that are found by looting, anything of that nature, obviously can be given to other players. So,
Yeah, I'm already thinking about that.
all right. And then,
While Dowroc's over here, let's see if we can suss out what this screwdriver is.
okay,
I'm going to help, so he has advantage.
okay.
Good.
Well,
'cause
who
I
has the
rolled
higher arc? Well, go ahead. I was gonna say who had the higher arcana, but did you get a 23?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that makes it easy, I guess. So, as looking at it,
Fiddle with it.
so you fiddle with it a little bit, you look at it, and
I touch Igo.
Dowroc touches the screwdriver, looks at it, kind of glances at it, and
I go.
it magically, when he touches Igo with it, it transforms into a hammer.
Oh.
And very confused about that. So, more testing, more looking at it, and you have now discovered that it can transform into many different tools.
I'm gonna touch.
But its base tool is a screwdriver.
All right. Well, I think Dowroc should hang on to this one.
So Dowroc, you now have the all-purpose tool.
All-purpose tool. Is it
It
plus
is a-
one, or is it supposed to-
It is a +1.
Okay.
So all of your artificer spells have a +1 now to hit. And it's a simple screwdriver that can transform into a variety of tools. As an action, you can touch an item and transform it into any type of tool of your choice, seeing the tool list. Whatever form the tool takes, you're proficient. And another little fun bonus for you, it also has, as an action, you can focus on the tool to channel your creative forces. Choose a cantrip that you don't know from any class list.
God.
8 hours, you can cast that cantrip, and it counts as an artificer cantrip for you. But
Oh.
once you use it, you can only use it once until the next dawn. So it's a one-use cantrip, but it's a additional cantrip for you from any class.
Oh my God.
But as you looked around, that was all that was important in the cave.
All right. So I'm gonna recommend that I hang on to the beads because I should be able to use those in my sling and get extra range on them.
Oh man. That would be.
Ooh.
And I think Zack, even though he has Eldritch Blast, could certainly do with a greater variety of ranged options. So maybe he should hang on to the circlet.
Fine with me.
And Zack says he'll take it if you guys don't want it.
Yeah,
But
any
It is
objections?
up to you guys.
Nope.
All right, cool. I guess Zack will get the circlet.
It is unfortunate that I only have a limited number of those beads, but I can make do with that. Let's see. Inventory. Manage inventory.
Was it you trying to add this many beads or something?
Yeah, it's making me do them one at a time.
I would just almost add it once and then just in your notes section just be like, you have this many beads left or something.
Yeah, I'm not that.
I mean, unless you
clever.
want to add it one at a time.
And then you said we have scrolls.
Yes, you have 2 scrolls.
What do we need? What is there? You're using an ability to identify the scrolls, right?
Well, I'm not. Dowroc doesn't really know scrolls.
Right. It
I mean,
could be
we can do its Arcana check to discern what kind of magic it is.
All right, let's do that then too while we're here.
But
Are you saying to
the magic
determine
type,
what class it is or whatever? Okay.
oh yeah, the magic type we can do, but I'm gonna say Dowroc doesn't know scrolls very much.
All right. I'm pretty good at
I wouldn't
scrolls.
know.
What,
Okay.
what's Dowroc's Arcana?
+7.
All right, so he should definitely try to read the scrolls, and I'll help.
Okay. So 15.
Okay. So, I mean, you decipher that it's an abjuration kind of spell scroll.
Okay.
Both of them, and you get the same feeling from both scrolls.
Are they first level, or
Yes, first level.
just
Very.
general first level spell scroll to the bag of holding? Like 2 of
And
the.
And then, Nick, do you know how to move stuff from your character sheet into the bag?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay, I just making sure.
That's what I've been doing.
Almost forgot we got a bag of holding too. That's good. Now,
Yes.
if we get another one, we can shove it in the first one to make a giant dimension bomb.
It's true. You can do that.
Oh my god.
It's in
Or a portable hole or anything else that's movable,
any
but
pocket
still
dimension
fixed.
inside of another one.
Yeah, anything that's like a movable, fixed portal.
I can create a second bag of holding for if you give me like 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should do this. I'm just saying we can. It's like a mechanical thing. It's a great way to like nuke the big bad if you have no other options. Most DMs hate it.
We should nuke that captain. He seems pretty terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'd save it if we were until we were like fighting a god or something. But I mean, you do you.
I
Right,
mean,
so
Nick can just continuously magic item bags. I can just continuously make huge bombs.
hmm.
I'm guessing it doesn't. The bag of holding doesn't survive, so we're gonna have to.
It turns itself inside out and backwards. All right, so while we're chilling here, after we've taken the time to do all this, I'm assuming we have at least a short rest now, right?
Oh, we're kinda
No, I'm saying you have a long rest.
So, I'm gonna do stuff while we're taking the long rest.
That's fine. That's what this is, yeah. So go ahead.
So I want to try to wake the guy up.
Okay. I mean,
we
he
kinda
wakes up. You don't really need a check, I wouldn't think, to really wake him up.
All right.
stabilized.
The issue is he is a dragonborn, so if we
That's what the crowbar
Try to-
is right now.
yeah
so.
if we try to let him talk, he could just
Yeah,
what
that's-
color what color is he? Blue?
He's cool.
Breathe lightning on us.
Yeah. If we know metagaming, if we know that he's lightning, but I'm sure Zack would know what kind of
Yeah.
damage the dragon can do.
Zack recognizes the color of the dragon and knows the type that he would deal.
So
I mean,
what
I have
So-
at least
do we do this the easy way or the hard way?
I have a
you guys.
minimum. I have, depending on how we're ruling this, at least one spell slot left. Oh, technically two, I guess. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, that one just targets an additional creature. I could try to charm him again now that he's calmed down by being knocked unconscious. So I'm gonna do that. See if I can make him friendly enough to us. Wisdom 14 DC saving throw.
He gets a 15 on his saving throw.
God damn it.
Still listen, not it.
Dragonborn does not seem very okay with being charmed.
Alright, I'll try one more time. He'll have advantage this time because he's aware that I'm trying to do it, but I want to question him if possible.
All right, so one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
All right. Let's see what we get this time.
Come on, DM.
He
Roll.
crit failed.
Well,
Okay,
he's a bane. He's
well,
a bane.
you charmed him.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it. Let's take the crowbar out of his mouth and try to question him then.
Okay.
And yeah.
So what exactly, just curious, what exactly does charm, he does what you say, right?
Let me what is it say?
Charmed. Charmed creature cannot attack the charmer or affect you with harmful, has availability. Okay, alright, so it's more of a...
Yeah, he regards me he regards me and my companions as
Okay.
friendly towards him. Basically.
Alright, so what would you like to say or ask?
I don't know. I want to say Zack should take the lead because he speaks the language, but he's also your DMPC.
I'll just say that
I
I'm
wanna,
translating for you.
Think I.
Just to...
All right.
Zach has more charm.
Yes, I'm very charismatic as well. So.
I have a +1 to persuasion, but that's about it.
All right. How do I want to go about this then?
How long is charm person last?
1 hour.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, it is a good spell if you can get it to work. That's why I took it. All right, I say, it's good to see you, friend. I apologize for the misunderstanding earlier. Could you tell us maybe from your side what that was all about?
Okay. So he looks at you and he goes, you knew the plan. We were told to go in there to get the dragon's mask that was in there.
That's right. I remember now.
Why am I tied up?
You were injured, and we were worried that if you moved about too much, you would injure yourself further.
I'll allow it. Okay. Well, he's charmed, so I mean... Okay. Where's the captain at?
He teleported away, but I don't recall where we were teleporting to, and the sigil has failed. I can't follow after him.
The captain never told me where we would teleport afterwards. I do not know where it leads. Did we find the dragon's mask?
No, I don't believe we did. And I was never told why we needed it. If I knew, then maybe I could help complete the mission.
The captain didn't tell us why he needed it. He just said that the boss needed it for something. Unfortunately, the boss seems to only trust his immediate council and not the people below him. We are only told the most minimal of knowledge.
Yes, it's frustrating. He regards me the same way. But have you perhaps overheard anything that might help us know what to do next?
I know that we have one dragon's mask that I know of for sure that is in our possession right now. And after this, I knew we were going to be heading north to try to get the next one.
That's right, north. Do you remember the exact location? We could go there and meet up with the captain there instead.
It was Valley Watch.
Of course.
There's something in Valley Watch. I don't remember exactly what, but the captain said that there was a special place in Valley Watch that you could go, and a secret treasure trove would be there, and that's where the mask would be held.
Good. You should rest some more now. You're still injured, and we've already done all we can to heal your wounds.
Okay. So he goes back to sleep.
So whack him.
We say you're gonna whack him?
Just
mean,
take him in.
We have two options now. We can leave this guy here. Well, I guess three options technically. We leave him here. We could try to knock him out again without killing him, and then take him back to a town. But would a town necessarily be equipped to deal with this guy? Or we can put him down.
Well, Zack
do not vote for the latter.
Zack chimes in with, I don't think we should put him down, but I can definitely tell you that Holbrook is not equipped to deal with a Dragonborn. Our facilities are very mundane and could not stand up to his dragon's breath.
If we just leave him out here tied up, then we could even tie him to a tree or something. I'm worried that he'd be able to worm his way free enough to maybe blast it through the ropes, but he's going to be pissed at us, and will try to follow after us. I don't know if that would take him back to the town, but again, we're close enough to it that he might.
He could wake up and go to Holbrook and just wreak havoc.
So, Zack, these men,
Huh?
the mask you have,
Yes.
What can you tell us about them?
I mean, Johan's been to Valley Watch before. He would know that they should be equipped to deal with this guy. Their guard is pretty strong.
But is this guy a bad
Maybe
guy,
we
or do we know?
Maybe we could get him there, but like that's where his people are going. So I don't know if that's smart either.
So Zack chimes in and says, "Well, let me tell you about the." Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the general mood of the people that want these ments, or this ment that you have? That, like, are they evil?
He's like, they are definitely evil because combining and getting the mask, only one that would seek true terror would try to collect multiples of them. I seeked out and joined the guild and was able to find one, actually with your help. I have the Red Dragon's mask at the guild in Holbrook right now, under safekeeping. There are 5 that we know of total dragon's masks. And the only thing that I know is that if all 5 or if 2 or more of them are brought together, their powers multiply depending on how many masks that the one wielder has. And I've only heard in whispers and shadows that someone out there is trying to assemble all 5 of these masks in order to wreak havoc on Valley Watch.
I don't know if you guys would notice or not, but Johan gets particularly uncomfortable when he hears that. Because out of character, some people he's been trying to avoid are also seeking to accumulate power, and he's worried now that this might be associated with that.
Insight.
What'd you say?
I said insight.
Oh.
I notice. Look at his face.
And Zack also takes this moment to inform, Zack, Dowroc, and Johan, and he then tells them the story of his past. Now, not the fact that he was celestial, but the fact that many years ago, his town was destroyed by a black flame monster that seemed to have the mask of a dragon. And so hearing that someone else was trying to get more mass to amplify our power, he was not going to stand for that. And he took it upon himself to try to collect as many as he could prior to them falling into evil hands. But again, he does not mention at all about his celestial heritage or Trevor.
Let's let Dowroc roll his insight check now to see if he wants to interrogate me at all.
It's not interrogation. It's more of
just a notice.
Notice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah.
What's our wanted sign, or our task from the league or from the guild again?
Oh, the guild was to just clear out this cave of orcs. That's all it was. But when Johan went around, he noticed that all the orcs are gone out of there. There's no orcs. So
yeah, the task is technically done, but now I feel like we've almost taken on this other task instead.
Task failed successfully.
Yes, task failed successfully.
I guess Johan will ask, should we use that teleportation circle? Should we try to follow up on this?
We could try. I don't know where it would lead, though. And unfortunately, some teleportation sigils are only one way. So I don't know if they use that to get here or if they left. But stepping through it could mean that we can't come back through that portal.
How would you rule sending the familiar through? Would I remain connected to him through the circle, or would I have to go with him?
Well, I would say you'd have to go with him simply because it depends on where the teleportation would drop out.
If it's 100 feet, you're just not going to feel him anymore.
Yeah, so I would say if the teleportation would have been within 100 feet, yes, that would have been fine, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be.
Well, that would be kind of a waste to have a teleportation sigil that only teleports you 100 feet.
Yeah, it might have taken him far enough up to get out of the cave or something, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming that they didn't use it to get into the cave, because you kind of to set these up, you kind of have to know the layout of the place you're going. So
Well-
I don't think it's worth the risk to assume that this is a two-way teleportation.
And Zack chimes in and says, well, we also found a bunch of dead orcs on the way to it, and they never left the
True.
cave yet. And so that means that they must have came in the entrance, so
That's
he
true.
agrees
Or
that
else-
he thinks
or
it
else-
could be a one-way.
Yeah. I guess it's not worth the risk then, unfortunately. Which means our best bet, regardless of what we decide to do with our prisoner, is to head to Valley Watch and see if we can find some indication of where they're going to make their next move. Do we think we can keep him sedated until we get there? Is that possible?
You can certainly try.
I mean, we can keep him gagged at least if he wakes up again.
Okay. Yeah, the gag is some more rope in the crowbar in his mouth.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. That's my vote then. Regardless of what we do, we need to get moving at latest tomorrow morning, and try to make as good a time as possible, because we have no idea how far along these guys might be in whatever they're trying to do.
Yeah, at least it could be it could be
To be absolutely clear, though, Johan saying this, he seems like he is saying these things despite himself, as if this is the last possible thing he wants to do.
Well, Dowroc, what are your thoughts?
Hopefully he's not a important figure in that town, and we're his word against ours, and has a bit more weight to his voice than we do. So hopefully he's not somebody important in that town.
The Dragonborn, you're hoping?
Yeah. So we have any proof? If we had some proof that.
I mean, we may not be able to get any bounty for him, but at the very least, the guards there should.
Actually, while he is, while he was talking, I actually had an idea. I can pick up like a rock, and I can do magical tinkering, and I can up to 6 seconds. I can record a message.
Okay.
Okay.
You're just like
And-
recording what he said.
Yeah, I wanted to record up to 6 seconds of what he was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, something incriminating against him that would prove what he was.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. So you want to record something so that way if you turn him in at Valley Watch, you
Yeah.
could be like, oh, there he is right there, telling on himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I can up to 6 second record message, a stacked effect including up to 25 words of text. So emits a nonverbal odor, sound, a static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. Like a visual board, I guess, but that wouldn't be his voice. Yeah, it'd probably be the long or 6 seconds of recorded message.
Okay, so you record 6 seconds of what he's saying. It'll be something, along the lines of, yeah, the boss told us to grab the dragon masks and kill all the orcs that were in there, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yes, it doesn't matter what the importance, but yes, you have something on recording that says that now.
And the chosen property lasts indefinitely.
Oh, wait, so what does it go into again? Like, what's the item?
It's a rock, like a non-magical object with a magical property of my choice. So it's like a rock.
Yeah.
I can pick up a rock up the ground and do it.
Gotcha, okay.
And then as action, I can touch the object and end the property early. So I'm gonna write that in my notes.
And you can erase the message if
That's
you
good.
need to.
Well, yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to Valley Watch today, or do we have time for that? Because if we are,
I mean, why do you have an idea?
is- here is what I have on Valley Watch. I'm gonna put it in our thingy. Can I just like paste it directly in there? Yes, I can apparently. Make sure this works. Yeah. Okay.
So, Zack, do you know who gave you this job of recovering the dragon mask? Are they? Is it? Can you speak to somebody? Can you would somebody know about the dragon masks?
Yeah. Would somebody with the guild know about this?
So, no, they would not. I actually employed the guild in order to try to help me locate them. So during guild missions, I heard things of dragon masks and decided to try to locate them before the enemy did.
Okay.
So no one tapped me by them. I tapped myself.
Hopefully this guy is a bad guy then. So they could just be like, hey, I was on a guild mission.
I mean, Zack technically said it himself, where the guild was going to have you go kill all the orcs in the thing because they made trouble. So, but would you think? This is Zack. Would you think that if they were good or even remotely, they would have attacked us right away?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I think they would have.
I just don't want any doubt that this guy is. I'm just overthinking, I guess, that this guy is hopefully not going to be somebody that's important in Valley Watch, and we're going to get in trouble.
Oh, you think like we're going to show up and they're going to be like, "Why did you knock him out?
Yeah.
What did you do to poor
Brother
what's his
Steve?
name?"
But then we hear the message and being like, he could just been on another job or something.
I mean, that's what I was giving him a chance to do basically when I tried to talk to the Dragonborn originally, right?
Yeah.
But they I I just killed his friend, but that's no excuse not to talk to me. not in this. I'm not even kidding. In this world, that's not really an excuse not to talk to me. If he's, I would assume if he's not a bad guy, he'd be willing to try to talk me down, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I said, hey, what you doing to that mage? And he's still fired upon it. So,
Retrospect. So the mage, you can tell, was a lot less under, I don't want to say his own control. He wasn't being controlled, but he was definitely just kind of more minion doing what he was told. Mm-hmm. So he was not as unique as this Dragonborn is.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, go ahead, sir.
We had the Valley Watch and try to turn this guy in at least.
I'm actually very proud of Valley Watch because
eye of scum and villainy.
I'm actually very proud of Valley Watch because I've got some actual legitimate plot hooks written into the lore. I don't think we're gonna get to any of them, but you know.
Okay.
Have old ladies run up to us, be like, "Help me," or an old man asking for alms for the poor.
Depending on where we are, we're still at least a day's out from Valley Watch.
I would agree. So, question.
That would be if we followed the river instead of following the road.
So, are any of the story hooks supposed to be this level, or?
It's whatever you want to do. They could be any level you want. You just have to plan accordingly.
You can technically side quest, but I just mean.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about any of them today. We can always come back here.
Yeah, I figured Valley Watch should be a place that we would return to.
Yeah.
Do you have the bandits or the other group of adventurers? Were they already in story?
Yeah,
or are those just randomly
They're around if you need to use them. They are. What did I call them?
Well, no, I know what you called them, but I'm just saying, did they already have I don't want to say a hook with them or like a. Do they have something, or are they kind of Team Rockety where they just kind of show up?
I just figured if we ever needed extra challenge at a location, or if you ever wanted to have us engage in an encounter where we would need more people, they could show up in either one of those situations. They would just be a rival group of adventurers.
Okay.
Is Valley Watch on the way?
Huh?
I don't know if Valley Watch is on the way or not.
Well, Valley Watch is the capital, so it's got like all the important people there. So you can deliver the message in Valley Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the regional capital. The ruler of Valley Watch is in tight with the royal family, so he would have a direct line of communication with them, and all their specific people.
Okay. So Valley Watch is south of the cave we just went to.
North. So there's Hallbrook, and then if you go north, there's the cave, and then if you go more north, there's Valley Watch.
Oh,
So we're heading north right now.
okay.
Yeah.
So what happened to
All right.
this guy with the long wrist? I'm just wondering what happens with this guy with the long wrist.
Oh, with the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't seem to have any magical abilities that would recharge. He would definitely recover, though. Like, if he has hit dice, which I assume he does, he would recover, but if he's restrained, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we aren't going to be watching him.
Yeah, you could take shift watches on him and stuff, or like, every couple hours just make sure, like, hey.
So, I don't know that we should discuss who we are and what our plans are anymore in this guy's presence either.
Agreed.
Just in case, because like we that last conversation happened while he was still under charm, and I had recommended he go to sleep. So I assume we're safe there, but he could at any point wake up and realize what's happening and try to feign sleep to get information out of us.
No, good call.
So I recommend we rest as long as we need to, and then travel as far as we can, as quickly as possible, and we do so in relative silence.
Okay. So you can, yep.
Any like how far do we get, and does anything happen, I guess?
No, as you make your way to Valley Watch, nothing exciting happens. You see like a couple kobolds in the distance, but nobody's bothering you while you're going, mainly because you have a giant mechanical owlbear and a dragonborn unconscious on top of it tied up. So everyone's a little intimidated of your group.
As we get closer to Valley Watch, I'm going to start looking out for patrolling guardsmen.
Okay.
Because I'd like to, if we see them, I'd like to actively seek them out and tell them what's going on, so they don't assume we're doing a kidnapping.
Good call.
I guess we technically are, but it's like a legal kidnapping.
You're dragonborn napping.
It's a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Citizen's arrest.
Yeah, citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
You can't just yell that.
I mean, I can. Doesn't mean it's gonna work.
So, I mean, I'll
You underestimate the caliber of things that I can.
wait until everything is until we need to stop, and then I can. I'll end at the end of the night. The next day, I'll probably try to identify the scrolls. I don't know if I have. It takes a pearl at least worth 100 GP and an owl feather. So I'm assuming I would have those things.
Does it say after the material that they're consumed to use it?
No.
Okay, then yeah, you
Right,
have.
then you just
Okay.
you just have to have them on hand then.
Yeah, and I assume as an artificer with those spells, you would already have that. So yes.
So I could just do a one object and be like, if I know the similar effect.
Yeah. Did the vibe we got from them indicate they were the exact same
Yes.
spell, or is it? Okay.
They
you only-
indicated
then
the
You
same.
only need to identify one. Good.
So whatever's happening, what if events happen during our travels, whenever we're gonna go to sleep again, I'll go ahead and identify one of the scrolls.
Okay, so you're doing it twice on the way to Valley Watch.
Well, just once.
Well, yeah, once on the one scroll. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you identify... Is there a check associated with that spell, or is it just
No.
you identify it?
I just identify it. It just says, it takes a minute, but the magic item or some other magic can do, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement use or how many charges it has. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are.
Okay. All right, so you go through and you identify the first scroll, which you assume is both, because they're the same. You figure that they are the first level Armor of Agathis spell.
Interesting.
It is a spell that you cast to gain 5 temp hit points, and then if anybody hits you while you have those temp, they take 5 cold damage.
Not bad.
And you can
It's,
upcast it, but the scroll is only for first level.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's really best if you upcast it, but
Yes.
it's not bad at this level.
It's a free 5 temp hit points and at least 5 damage back at an enemy, so...
Yeah,
Let's see.
I think I'm not gonna worry about taking one of those then, because I try to stay away from the action as much as possible.
Is there a way for me to, there it is, customize?
And that's a really good spell for like pure warlocks.
Yes.
Since, they just get the highest level spell slot regardless.
Yep. So if you were to get like a level 9 or something crazy, I mean, you're gonna bump 45 temp hit points.
And do a decent amount of damage back to the opponent with each melee hit too.
Yeah, and I believe you actually deal the full amount of and the cold damage. So if you decide to use a 9th level slot on that, they take 45 cold damage if they hit you with a melee.
Ninth level.
But you have to
crazy.
upcast it, so you can't do that with
Yeah.
scrolls.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's just
we could also theoretically sell the scrolls if we wanted to. If we're not concerned with using the spell.
Yeah. You can for sure sell them if you'd like, or take them to another shop that potentially, maybe a magic shop has like a trade policy, or who knows what's in Valley Watch.
Yeah. Valley Watch does not have a magic guild, but there is a court wizard.
You need to collect a dragon stone before you talk to it. We need to capture a dragon mask first before he talks to it.
Well, before the wizard does.
Yeah, that said dragon stone like for Skyrim, but we didn't talk.
So
People recommends that you go 25 to 50 gold pieces for a level 1 spell scroll.
that's pretty good.
Like to resell. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, are we going to feed and water this guy, or we just?
Also, here's a question to John. Since you created Valley Watch, do you want to DM just the city portion of it? And then if you...
Sure.
And I can put in stuff with it, but I don't want to like screw up what you made. Because mine would be
That's fine.
different. So, okay. I mean, we can go to Valley Watch today then if you guys want. If you're
cool.
ready.
I am ready.
Okay. Then yeah, we can get to Valley Watch today.
I'm as ready as SpongeBob.
Well, we're getting
Alright.
we're going to Valley Watch. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to Valley Watch.
All
Well,
right. So as we approach
John-
the town,
So if you didn't, so John's taking over as the DM for the Valley Watch portion because he created Valley Watch, and it would just make more sense for
I'll
him
at
to
least
DM
I'll at least get through the description and
Yeah.
answer like requests and stuff and guide people around.
Yeah.
As we approach the town, we see one of the larger cities in the region. I imagine it wouldn't surprise Dowroc. I don't know if it would surprise Zack, but at the very least, Johan is still not quite used to seeing metropolitan areas quite this large. It's big enough to house a population of about 1,000, with a walled keep at the center, and a large guild hall across from that. You see, as we enter, you see soldiers patrolling the streets, sparsely, but there's a decent number of them. Yeah, I mean it's relatively well fortified, and it sits on the river, heading north. Where do we want to go first?
first, what are the reaction? Are we guards? Is there guards patrolling? You said guards patrolling the streets. Does Dowroc, like, how is people looking at Igo, besides the Dragonborn strapped around?
He's got an unconscious Dragonborn on him, so that probably doesn't help.
You see the couple of guardsmen who are patrolling the southern entrance into the city. They take notice of us pretty quickly, and specifically take notice of the Dragonborn. It would probably, like Johan would suggest at this point, we should probably approach them first.
Yeah.
And let them know what's going on, and then we would either ask them to take us back to a guard house, or we would head towards one of the guild halls to try to let them mediate the depositing of this prisoner. In the meantime, as we come into the city center, we would see a modest market. Not super impressive gear, but we could probably find supplies up to 1,000 GP, and there is a blacksmith if we need any weapon related services.
Does the blacksmith offer general upgrade? As in, could he, in theory, depending on how much gold is required, upgrade a regular weapon into a +1 weapon?
He has services up to 500 gold, so if it's a weak enough weapon, maybe, I guess. He's not particularly magically inclined, though. So if
Gotcha.
we're trying to make it into a magic weapon, he wouldn't be great at that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna say that Johan's going to approach the guards, explain the situation. How do we want to handle this? Do we want to ask them to take us back to a guardhouse immediately, or do we want to see about, I don't know, do you want there to be a guild presence here?
Yeah, I was
Jeremy?
gonna have one of the guilds be in this town.
All right, so there is, I had it as an adventurers guild, but we could make it a bracers guild hall.
Okay.
With at least 2d4 guild members present.
Okay.
So, like, I guess I recommend I talk to the guards and say that's where we're heading. That would be, if you guys are looking at the map, the guild hall, which would have the Bracers Guild in it, is the large building directly across from the keep.
Okay.
So I see Oh, you talking about the one that's like to the northeast of it? That lone one? Oh no, you're talking about that big ass one.
Yeah.
Like a fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a
You
fountain.
would think of that as like a big central building with like multiple interior spaces.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you would have there's a Rangers Guild hall, there's the Merchants Guild, which is just like the Union, and then there's the Bracers Guild.
Gotcha. So it's a general guild hall. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we'll go to the, I would say, yeah, let's go to the guild hall first, just to, well, I guess first to the guards. How do they react to us with the Dragonborn? Do they seem all right?
Do they see
Which
the,
one?
the Dragonborn?
You're gonna have the highest charisma out of us, and also you're like the guild member, so I'm gonna have you roll a charisma check to see how they perceive the situation.
Okay. 14, sadly.
Yeah, like
Guidance.
yeah, they're a little wary of us, but they see this.
17, John.
They see
Dowroc,
they
Dowroc
see this. Okay, they see this stuff often enough that they're willing to let us go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and I flash like the bracer badge and stuff, and be like, "Yeah, I'm part of this
cool.
guild." I go, "Okay, yeah."
So,
Right.
there's a wanted sign in the guild, I guess. I don't know.
What'd you say?
I know.
I said I hope there's like a wanted sign inside the guild for this Dragonborn.
I mean, would there be a specific bounty out for this guy, or would they even know about him, or is this group secretive enough that they would even know about him?
I mean, the guild has wanted posters, but it does not have this Dragonborn specifically on it.
Okay.
All right, well, I at least am gonna go to the guild. We could technically, any of us could carry the magical device with the recording on it.
Yeah.
So like if anybody else wants to break off and go do other stuff, technically only one of us needs to go.
Ooh.
But I at least would like to. I would like to be up to date on
So I'm sticking.
the.
Oh,
All right.
I guess.
All right. All right. So your party heads to the guild hall to attempt to turn in this bounty and deposit the prisoner, so you don't have to worry about him waking up and electrocuting you anymore. I guess you should probably DM the interior of the guild hall.
Yep. All right. So you guys walk into the guild hall. It looks much more extravagant than the one in Hallbrook. As you walk up to the counter, you see a man standing there. You know, "Oh, Zack, you're back in the area." And then, him and Zack kind of exchange just a few like pleasantry introductions and reacquaintances. Zack calls the group over. They bring the Dragonborn. Zack tells him, "Well, he explains the situation. We found him in a cave looking for a dragon mass."
I play the message at that point.
Yep, play the message in order to show that he was looking to cause hate and discontent in killing everybody in regards to getting said dragon's mask. So the guy behind the counter says, "Not a problem. We will, we don't really know who he is, but we can definitely lock him up for now. And we have basically muzzles that we can put on him as well when we put him in the cell in order to ensure he does not just dragon breath his way out." So he unwraps him, hands the rope back to Dowroc so he reobtains it. Crowbar that he happened to have, he gives that back to him. And
Okay, cool.
yep.
And then we're gonna show him. I'm gonna show him my or our assignment.
Okay.
We didn't kill the orcs. They kind of did. Does this count?
With a laughter, the guy says, "Oh yes, this is fine." And
Okay.
he gives both you and Johan bracer badges as well
Yeah.
to indicate that you can utilize any bracers guild in the area.
I'm gonna
Use
spin
any of
around.
their features.
I'm gonna spin around with it between my two fingers and thumb.
No,
Yeah.
you are not going to do ashes. I got a badge. So you both got the ones for it.
That's good. I asked the guy though. You're sure you don't know anything about this guy or his group?
I do not. I don't know anything about him.
You kind of get the sense the two of you kind of get the sense that Johan was really hoping he could just wash his hands of this, and hand it over to somebody else. And now he's kind of sulking in the corner, thinking what to do next.
So Zack speaks up and talks to the man, and he says, "Have you heard of any kind of treasure troves in Valley Watch that maybe is not so common?" And he speaks up, and he's like, "Well, there's always been the story of the one that's underneath the docks, but no one's ever been able to find the docks, but you're not a dock here. As originally the plan.
There could be a dock here.
Okay, then the dock. It's underneath the docks, but I mean, as you know, everyone here has already spent way too many countless hours underneath there trying to find it with no luck. So, I mean, unless you just get extraordinarily lucky, I mean, I don't think that exists.
But if we happen to find it, maybe we could put a stop to these people and what they're doing before they get any further."
What do you think's down in the treasure trove? The guy asks.
Another dragon mask,
Another couple dragon masks.
at least.
The guy says, "Zack, you're still looking for those? Were you ever able to find one?" Explains that he found the red one and it's back in Hallbrook, so in safekeeping with Griff.
Starting to think maybe we should have not left it there.
In hindsight, we could have it, but then they could take it too.
Well, my thought is I'm worried now that the guild hall there is going to come under fire.
Yeah, but they won't know. I don't think they would know. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
So,
We got-
Zack,
Yeah.
Bright
Zack
side.
speaks to both of you off to the side, and he says, "You know, Johan, what you said was actually a good point. I'm a little more worried about Hallbrook than Griff is strong and can handle himself, but it would make me feel better to at least go get it or grab it, and for it to be in a safer hand. Now that we have a bag of holding, we can at least somewhat hide it on our persons."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
He's like, "So what I'm going to do is, out of character. I'm assuming there's a stable or something, right, with
Yeah,
animals. All right, so
yeah. You would be able to find a stable. There's technically 3 points that exit the city. One is just one road curved around to 2 points, but you'd be able to find a stable at any of them, and one of them heads directly south.
All right. So
How many
as
days?
Zack, well, we're a few days, so it's like a 6-7 day walk. So
Okay.
to get back. But Zack says, "Well, here's what I'm going to do." He's like, "You guys, if you don't mind, keep looking around for this magical treasure trove that's somewhere in this town. I'm going to go to the stables, get a horse for now, and then head back to Hallbrook, grab the mask, and then head back to you guys. It should only take me a few days at the most to get back."
Yeah.
That sounds like a reasonable idea, I think.
All right, so with
If we want to start looking for this hidden trove immediately, I'm totally okay with that. From what I remember from the last time I was here, the docks don't actually have anyone who lives directly on them. There will be some workers there, but I don't imagine they'd get in our way. Because I imagine Johan probably would have spent more time near the docks than pretty much anywhere else, since he would have likely followed the river into town rather than the road when he came here the first time. I'm worried that if no one else has found this, there's nothing about us that would allow us to do so.
Yeah.
good thought process. So as you say that, Zack heads off to the stables, grabs the horse, heads out of town.
I wonder if the
Let me see if I can do something.
Okay. I'm wondering if the Count's court wizard would know anything about it. If it's this hard to find, there's got to be some sort of magical defense to it. I don't know what we would have to do to convince him to help us. I don't even know what kind of man he is, but it might be worth it to go and talk to him. At least get a feel for his disposition. I know that the council here is made up of quite the mixed bag of people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky, and the wizard will be one of the more amicable of the group.
So out of character, have you done anything with like anybody that's in the town, like so the court wizard or anything like that?
The main political dynamic in Valley Watch is that the High Count is young and naive. He's a good-natured person, but he doesn't have the resources to do everything he wants to do. So his council is made up of people who want to take advantage of his naivete to either... You've got some who try to distribute their resources better to help people more efficiently, and you've got some who try to manipulate him for their own gain. The court wizard is one of the former, so he's one of the people who tries to use the count's power for the betterment of people.
Okay, cool. So he's a good guy. For the
Yeah. And like, I think the way I would spin it, if we were able to pin him down as that kind of person, the way I would spin it is Johan would try to convince him that whatever this treasure trove is, we just want the mask and maybe a small cut at most, and the rest could be distributed to the people of the county. So
Yeah.
I was gonna sell. I don't know if we go the armor smith or the guild. I was gonna sell the 2 daggers, the great sword, the scimitar, and the studded leather.
You can go to either, but remember that the guild usually, if there's a settlement with that guild that's there, they do offer you an additional bonus.
Okay.
So if you're near a guild, it probably would behoove you to go sell it there.
Okay. So it'd be 4 gold for the 2 daggers, 50 for the great sword, 25 for the scimitar, and 45 for the studded leather.
Which totals out to how much?
what are all those numbers? What were all those numbers again?
120, 124.
What's the
124.
percentage bonus? What's the percentage bonus we get from the guild?
I'd say since it's below a certain rank, 15% increase.
So that'd be like another 18 gold on top of that ish. That's not bad.
142. 25. 3. 47 divided by 3.
I think Johan's pretty like, unless he actually wants
I mean,
to. I know last time he was like,
I'll take a little. I need to buy stuff, unfortunately. Okay. I'll take enough to like I don't know, be able to buy supplies and
so they
repair
are
my cloak and stuff. I don't really care otherwise.
So in the town, there's the general smith, like Nick's pointed out with the blacksmith and everything. So you can buy any kind of general weapons you like. There's also potion sellers, so you can buy a potion if you'd like.
Potion sellers. Let's see. There's no really. Let's go to the court wizard first to see if we can get a bunch of gold before we try to buy some potions.
Okay. Wait, you're trying to get gold from the wizard?
Well, to see if he wants to buy the scrolls.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And then
What
we
did you
can.
say?
I could
Go ahead.
technically sell my beads of force too, They're consumables, which would mean they sell for half the price of their buy price, which would be 1,500 gold. But I assume that that's not something you want us to do at this point.
That is correct. I would say that the individuals in this town don't know the value of it, and so they cannot accurately buy that from you.
Okay.
Because they are not trained in said way. There is no artificer to help them.
All right. Cool.
I can help.
Get up, Dowroc.
I'm also assuming that I wouldn't be able to buy anymore even if I could afford them. But that's fine. I'm actually kind of excited about having them. I never considered that with the sling.
Aha. Random magic items. Go.
I'd shoot, and then he'd shoot, and his would be a bigger blast. I'd be like, what?
Yeah. All right. So we'll head to the court wizard. You can ask about the scrolls. I'll ask about the.
Well, you ask first. We can butter him up before we ask him for money.
Well, I mean, the scrolls are worth a decent amount, but we could say we're willing to sell at a discount too. That might up his disposition, but that might be my lack of concern for money talking.
What? How much did you say that the gold was? Well, that too, yeah. But how much did we get from selling of those items?
147, I think we said.
142.
Something like that.
142 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad. For level 1 spell scrolls, it would be 25 to 50 gold per scroll.
Oh.
So it depends on if you want us to roll for it or what. Because this is a fairly rich city, but it's not like super rich.
How much did you say the what was the thing? The price range?
Oh wait, hold on. I'm reading cantrips. The first level ones are on the low end of 50 to 250.
Okay.
So 50 to 60 gold, I guess, would be where I'd put it.
Okay.
Depending on how generous the guy is.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. I'm gonna join this Reddit because this is useful. All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess we would have to ask for an audience with the court wizard, which I'm gonna rule and say that today nothing too substantial is going on, so we're able to get in to see him after a modest wait of let's say an hour.
Dowroc is gonna keep an eye out to see if we see the captain roaming around.
Okay.
That's a good call. So we return to Valley Keep after about an hour, and we find an escort to take us back to the court wizard's laboratory, which is like the kind of there. If you look at the keep on the map, there's like a little reverse L shape by the north side of it. He's kind of in the not the furthest north section. That's where the count sleeps, but like the little corner to the left of that, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that if any of his shit explodes, it's like far enough from the town that he doesn't kill anybody. I don't know. Do you want to DM him or what or not?
I mean, I can. I just didn't know if you already had a shell of him or not. Besides just kind of what you said, but he does more good things.
Just general. My thought of him is just general amicable wizard. He's not dumb, so he wouldn't be like easy to manipulate or anything. And he's good-natured, but his main concern is the people of the city and the county around it. So it's not like he would just agree to help us out the gate. If that makes sense. But I don't want to like step on any specific story details
Nope,
that
nope.
you might have.
That's fine. Same thing, kind of. Yeah. Like I said, didn't know what you have with him. So okay. Okay. So you come up to the court wizard, and then I guess go ahead. What do you want to say to him?
I will explain the general situation as I understand it, that someone's looking for these masks. They have at least 2 of them, and that they are coming here or are already here searching for a 3rd. And that we know that the more they have, the more dangerous they are, and that does put the town in danger. And I ask if he knows where they might be going, what this hidden trove might be, and where we might find it. Show him the Bracers Guild badge and explain that we are members. We're trying to do what we can to stop these people from putting anyone in danger.
So he takes a look at everything, takes it all in, looks at the Bracers Guild badge, and he says, well, it is true that there is a treasure cove somewhere here, but unfortunately within that trove is a bunch of cursed items as well, and if they were to be discovered, that would not be good for Valley Watch, as it will cause more harm than good if one would locate it.
Well, then I recommend that you help us to be the ones to locate it first. We're less likely to we're more likely to be careful not to unleash those curses than some power-hungry, shadowy villain is.
But how do I know that you didn't just knock out your... Well, did you tell him about the Dragonborn?
Sure.
Okay. How do I know you didn't knock out your own kind to try to get information? I mean, I'm all about helping people, but I don't know you.
Listen, I can't prove to you that we're on the right side of this. All I can do is assure you that as members of the guild, we're trusted by them. And I could tell you that I have experience with shady organizations. I understand how dangerous they could be. I am terrified to face this group, because I don't know who they might have an association with. But I will not allow them to put this city in jeopardy if I can help it.
Roll a persuasion check.
It's not very good. I only get a 6.
Guidance.
Okay.
What did you say?
I said guidance.
Oh,
What does that do? What does that do
It-
exactly?
it adds a D4 to a skill check or save. But he basically just always has it on, unless he's in a fight, so...
All right, so I get a +2, so an 8 total.
And he goes, Wizard retorts with, you seem like you have good intentions, but the curses that lie within that treasure cove are much stronger than you, so I cannot tell you the information that you seek.
Then come with us, or send send an apprentice of yours with us if you have any, to deal with the curses in our stead, or to make sure that we are careful with what we're doing. This is too important not to take some action, and I don't know that the town can commit enough guardsmen to do what we could.
Sits there and ponders for a moment again. Roll an additional persuasion check.
Alright.
With guidance.
I'm gonna try to say it only once. Just assume I'm. Just assume.
Whatever.
Before.
11, I guess.
That's with the guidance as well?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at you some more and he goes, I can't tell you the exact location of it, and I can't very well tell you how to get there, but just know that the way that you are now, you would not be able to reach it. You would need
Then what do we?
something additional to help you in getting there.
Then what does
I like
what does
your-
that mean? What do we need?
That, well, out of character, as Johan, would you say a druid or a ranger is his class? Like if someone were to refer to him, would you say druid?
Yes.
Okay. So he looks at you and he goes, well, druid, that's something that you'll have to discover, but if you go to the docks, I'm sure it'll come to you.
All right.
And with
I guess
that,
we're
he
going.
disappears. Well, he walks out.
Yeah, I guess we're going to the docks then. Okay. Do we want to do that now, Nick, or do we want to like do other stuff? Because like even if he's not present, the keep would still buy the scrolls off of us for him if we want to sell them. So we could take some time to do that.
What, the keep or the wizard would, or somebody else?
The somebody at the keep would buy them for the wizard.
Okay.
So,
And what they
I
what
guess-
you say out character, Jeremy?
What'd you say?
What you say out character?
Oh, I just asked John if he's a druid or a ranger, technically. That's all I
Oh.
said.
Okay.
Just so I know how to say, oh, he's a druid.
I guess. If you're gonna stay and sell the scrolls, I'm gonna go ahead and head towards the docks. Get a head start. And I guess just wander around and try to feel for anything magical.
Well, I have.
Okay.
Well, I have detect magic. So
Okay, that.
it's only
Well, I mean,
myself and 30 feet of me. So
You said it's only within
Well,
30 feet.
yeah.
I mean, you'll meet up with me relatively soon either way.
I'll attempt to sell them. Who do I go?
It wouldn't matter. Just anybody. There would be staff, and you could even probably find an apprentice mage somewhere wandering around, doing random chores or whatever.
So you stop an apprentice mage and you offer to sell it to him. Are you interested in selling both?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Yeah. Gold save.
What'd you get?
I'm rolling.
Oh,
Can I add my persuasion? My
no,
plus-
this is not related to selling it. So,
Oh no.
okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. You sell them as normal. So
Okay.
you sell them for. He says, "Well, I can give you maybe 40 gold apiece, maybe 50. I might be able to scrimp up 50. So I'll do 100 for the pair."
Okay.
Okay. So you sell those items and get 100 gold in return.
Cool.
Okay. So go on over to Johan now, unless you wanted to buy or do something else.
No, I'm just wandering up to the docks.
Is there any straight? Is there like a child, like an orphan?
Like on the streets?
Yeah.
Sure.
I was gonna give the 33, the one gold to that guy, that one kid.
Okay. I can't inspire you anymore, Dowroc.
I know.
You already have inspiration. So, but yes. Okay.
I mean, technically speaking, he can hand his
I'm gonna ask him.
inspiration token off to somebody else.
Well, that is true. He can.
I'm actually gonna ask a kid a question about if he's seen any man walking around in purplish armor, holding a mace and a spear,
Is a flail.
a flail.
A flail, yeah.
Yeah.
And the kid responds, "Thank you so much, Dwarf, for this. This will help feed and Just thank you. The man, I actually have seen someone that looked like that.
Oh,
Last time I saw him, though, he was over at near the dock area, and but I didn't see what he was doing. All I saw him was go underneath him, and I never saw him again. I was there for a good 20-30 minutes.
you know, how long ago was that?
About an hour ago or so.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And he runs away. Well, no. Oh, thank you. And then runs away. Okay.
I go find Johan and relay this information to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so before you get there, so Johan's at the docks because you're selling stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, so Johan goes to the docks. Nothing seems too out of the ordinary. It seems very just normal dock-like. A couple of people are there, but nothing seems magical off, pure, just passive insight or perception. Nothing seems too magical there. You walk up to the dock, and it's got the water right in front of you. A couple little small boats, but nothing big by any means.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that heading under the docks, like just going under there physically, is probably not the way to go about this, since it hasn't worked for anybody in the past. So I'm gonna, I guess, walk along the area
Okay.
and try to sense anything magical, or even do like maybe nature stuff. Maybe there's some natural force at work here.
Okay. Roll a nature check.
Ooh. 22.
Okay. So, in your knowledge of nature, when you're walking around the dock, you get this feeling that right below you, you can't seem, it doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel like the rest of the water. Something is different about the spot that you're standing on right now, and you can't tell why.
Can I roll Arcana in concert with the nature check to see if
Sure, go ahead.
the odd feeling is magical in nature?
Sure.
Also a 22.
All right. So combining those knowledges,
I'm gonna miss literally every single attack for the rest of the freaking game.
so after you roll that, you do.
It's just making up because I can't guide you.
Yeah. So, well, even with guidance, he only got like 10s and 11s. So, note to self: don't have Dowroc around when you're doing checks.
He's my unlucky dwarf.
So, all right. So you kind of go over to that spot. So you look underneath the dock where you were standing.
Plus,
and because of your Arcana check and your Nature check being so high, you realize that there's almost like a pool of magical energy right underneath where you were standing. Something, as you touch it though, nothing happens. It feels just like normal water, but there's something about it that the spot that you touched wasn't necessarily magical, but you can tell that something in that water, in that spot, at some point is magical.
does it seem to be mixed in with the water, below the water? Is it like something occupying the same space as the water?
Do you put your head under the water or look or do anything like that?
I'll try to submerge myself as far into the water as I can.
Okay. So, as you submerge yourself,
do so slowly though, and
Yep.
see if any weirdness happens as I'm submerging myself.
okay.
And
So
pay attention to that.
as you're slowly submerging, nothing unfortunate or nothing bad is happening to you. So as you're slowly submerging, the feeling of magic and the nature and stuff gets stronger as you go, and you stick your head kind of underwater for a second just to look, and you can tell that that one spot seems to somehow go a lot deeper than the rest of the spots underneath the dock.
All right. Has Dowroc caught up with me yet at this point?
Yes, as soon as you find out this information, you take your head out of the water and Dowroc shows up to the docks.
All right, so I'll climb back out
You hear that?
and
You hear
relay
the,
my findings to him.
you hear the dock creaking as eye goes. Just,
Boom, boom, boom.
I'll relay the information to him. And
I'll relay my information to him.
okay. And all right, so we made more
I'll see if I can.
money. That's good.
I'll cast detect magic to see how far that pool goes.
Okay.
Like get to the general shape of it.
And that's not a check, right?
That's
That's
a
just
spell.
a detect. And how far does it go?
30 feet from myself.
Okay. So from you kind of pointing down into that spot, you cast
30
detect
foot.
magic.
What is it? A 30-foot, like, for duration, for 10, concentration up to 10 minutes. For the
Okay.
duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears any magic, and I learned the school of magic.
Okay. So you
This
cast that looking down.
It can't penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So as you stand there, cast detect magic down, you notice that your detect magic goes 30 feet, and yet it still doesn't seem to end. You don't notice, but you can decipher that everything around this almost spherical tunnel almost of energy it stops. It hits the ground of the water. It hits the below the sea. This one spot, however, seems to continue going greater than that 30 feet even.
And what's the school?
Huh?
What's the school of magic? Or what kind
Oh,
of...
you can know the School of Magic?
Yeah.
What's teleportation usually?
Let's see. What is Misty Step?
It's,
That's probably a... Yeah, Conjuration. That's what I figured. It's a Conjuration spell. Or did you
Alright,
get
I'm
that
gonna-
magic feeling from that spot?
treasure trove.
I'm going to drop Beans into the magic tunnel. He's amphibious and has a swim speed.
How far does Beans reach?
I can keep in contact with him up to 100 feet away.
Ooh.
So I'll kind of I'll submerge myself as far as I can without not being able to breathe, and then I'll send him ahead through the tunnel and try to get a feel for what's down there.
Okay. So as you go down the tunnel, or as you send Beans down the tunnel, he keeps going, and as he passes about 60 feet or so, he all of a sudden drops down into almost like an underwater cavern type thing, and
I'm assuming the water from the tunnel is not flowing into the cavern, though, right?
that is correct. When he drops out, when he looks up, you can tell that he does not, or the water kind of stops at the hole that's in the ceiling of this cavern with magic.
All right. So as he comes out of that barrier of water, how far does he fall?
I'd say 15 feet.
That's probably gonna kill him. That's fine.
Wait, scan before you die.
Yeah, I mean,
It is.
he'd still He'd still see what's going on when on the way
As he's
down.
falling to death.
1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet to it falls. So if we, depending on whether we round up or round down, he would take up to 5 damage, and I think he only has like 1 HP, so he's dead. But
Okay. As he falls, then yeah, he hits the cavern floor and he dies.
Poor little guy.
well, that's fine. I could also, I guess, technically, as he's falling, if you'll let me do it,
Yeah.
I have the ability to. Where is it?
Was it like recall him or something?
I can, as an action, temporarily dismiss him to a pocket dimension where I can summon him again within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, as he's falling, you quickly pocket dimension him and then bring him back to safety.
Unless doing so would interfere with me seeing what he sees on the way down.
No, so what he sees from the way down is more or less just a empty water type cavern. Like you can't really discern anything from a distance. You'd have to go further in order to actually see anything.
Okay. I think we need to go in then.
Should we wait for
Yeah.
Zack to get back?
Maybe, I don't know.
I
I
mean-
don't know that we have. I don't know that we have time. If the people seeking these masks have the resources to find them at all, to find where they are in the world at all, we have to assume that they have the resources to find their way into this place. Maybe even from a different direction than us, because we know they have access to teleportation magic. I don't know that we can afford to wait. My main issue is I don't know if we can hold our breath for 60 feet on the way down.
Dilemma.
Yeah?
This is why Zack left. This is why Zack left. Jeremy knew this would happen.
I mean, I guess, God, 60 feet isn't like a terrible length, like a terrible distance. That's like how far one of us can run in a second. I don't know. Is there a way we can get down there, or how would you rule that?
So my ruling would be that you can try to swim down there, but I can't guarantee that you'll make it or not. So
Is there a save we would make? Trying to look.
I mean, it would probably be
People are
like
saying-
an athletics or something.
People are saying I'm seeing athletics. I'm seeing constitution.
Yeah, it's fair. Both of those.
Okay.
You can attempt to
Yeah.
swim it if you'd like.
I think we should try. What do you think, Dowroc?
Like if Zack comes looking for us, I don't know if he can. I don't know how long it's going to take, or I don't know how long, where this is going to take us.
Yeah, I know, but like, do we have the time to do anything else? This might be our only chance to stop this guy now and stop him from. I mean, he already knows that someone saw him. He may not know that we're pursuing him yet. This may be our only chance to take a real stand against him before whatever network he has in place informs him that we're still looking for him. And if we manage to get there before he does, then we can secure the mask before he can. I'm gonna try. Either way.
Okay. Roll an athletics and a constitution check.
Guidance.
With
Okay.
guidance.
With one.
Alright, athletics, I got
That's like
14. Constitution, I got
a saving throw or check.
The check.
22.
Okay. So as you're trying to swim downwards into this tunnel of magic, you're swimming downwards, swimming, thankfully high constitution. You're able to kind of withstand the pressure and holding your breath. Athletics, you did fine on, so you are making decent strides down there. But as you're getting closer to what you feel like should be the end, you feel almost like a current start slowly pushing you back. So you can still move forward, but
Can I?
Yep, go ahead.
Can I see past the end at all?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna try to misty step in.
Okay. You succeed in misty stepping, and you appear on the cavern floor.
Okay. Feel like I'm in deep right now.
Literally. Aha.
Dowroc's going in. Dowroc's going in.
Dowroc's
Okay.
going in. Okay. Is Dowroc going in first, or is Igo going in?
I don't know if I can make it with.
I mean, who has the higher athletics? I guess because like if Igo's is better than yours, you could just hold on to him. You know.
Let me take.
I guess while he's doing that, I'm gonna have a look around.
But Igo can't Misty Step.
That's true.
So here's Igo.
So what
Do I
does
notice?
Dowroc do?
Do I know? Do I notice them trying to swim down?
Well, it all depends on if. So Dowroc, is Dowroc swimming or is Igo swimming? Because Igo can't Misty Step. So are they both trying to swim through it?
Let me take a look. What the athletics?
Do an athletics and a constitution. Athletics is strength.
Can I still see up into the water tunnel? I guess is my question.
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna have Igo roll the swimming part. So he has
Okay.
a strength +2. Well, it's if it doesn't say, what do I have?
You'd have on constitution or strength?
Athletics,
Or athletics.
athletics +2 plus proficiency bonus, so +4.
Okay.
Okay, that's not bad.
So he's good, and then I need to roll a Constitution, and
Go,
Igo
lay down.
doesn't because Igo doesn't need to breathe.
Lay down. If they can get within 15 feet of the end of the tunnel, I can try something.
Okay. Well, Igo rolled a 19 on athletics.
I guess if they can get within 10 feet of the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Horn whip him and pull him down.
If they can't make it themselves, I'm gonna try.
Igo doesn't necessarily need to breathe, so he doesn't need to make a con save. But Dowroc
That's good.
does.
That's good at least.
Yeah. So what Dowroc get then?
Got a 19. Or does he Constitution
Yep.
check? Okay, -2 off of that, so 17.
Okay. So Dowroc, are you like with him? Is he going first? What's like the
I'm
layout?
holding on to Igo. Like,
Oh, you're holding. Okay, you're holding on to him. So you're both kind of together going down at the same time.
yeah.
Okay, so as you're going down, you get to about the same spot that Johan got to, and you start feeling a current kind of push back at you. So you are roughly 10-ish feet from the edge of it, but you can't seem to break through that last 10 feet.
All right, I'm gonna try to use Thorn Whip on Igo to pull them the final 10 feet.
Okay.
Should I roll the attack or what?
Yeah, roll the attack. Let's see what happens.
Dirty 20.
That hits Igo.
So it grabs onto Igo, who Dowroc is also holding on to, and you...
I'm gonna. Can I take a help action I'm guessing this is going to be a strength check for him.
Well, I mean, the vine itself just automatically pulls the target 10 feet closer to me.
Like
Yeah, technically the vine does the work for him, so it kind of works out in
Yeah.
his favor. Okay, so as you latch on to Igo, you start pulling, or the vine pulls him the rest of the way through, and Dowroc is also holding on to Igo, and so they both fall to the ground. What,
All right,
John? What did you say the thing was for falling?
for every, it's 1d6 damage for every 10 feet.
Okay, so both Dowroc and Igo take 1d6 damage.
Ooh.
Is that the same 1d6 or
Well,
like I could just roll the damage from Thorn Whip for that.
oh, then yeah, sure. I mean, that works, I guess.
No, 5 damage. Okay, that's on the high end. Fantastic. I mean, we're in at least. That's what matters.
So now that you are in, you do a quick look around and you just notice, I mean, what you would think an underwater cavern would kind of look like, and you have water kind of spouting out in certain areas. Very, very lighter rock. Some gems kind of that are on the wall. And
Does the type of stone at least seem consistent with what we were seeing around Valley Keep?
yes,
Okay, so it's not like we're magically portaled to a different region or something. And
No,
seeing
from your-
gemstones, seeing gems in this area would make sense anyway.
no, from your passiveness, you can tell that you were not teleported anywhere. You simply went
Okay.
through a magic tunnel of sorts. So as you go down, you kind of notice the cavern. And
Are there any light sources down here? Do we see anything or hear anything? Even like, do I feel like the movement of air through any adjoining tunnels or anything?
so there are air and there are some light that are in the tunnel. Mainly, basically, the certain gems kind of have an illuminating factor about them, and so they kind of help guide or light the area. But there's no torches or anything like that up.
And do I see any specific exits from this chamber?
You see 3 different paths that lead out of this chamber, but you cannot tell just by looking at them any really differences between them other than there's a left, a middle, and a right. So nothing, wind feels pretty much the same, nothing outright stands out like one way is a good or bad way.
Can I roll, I guess, a nature check or whatever it would be to see if I see any indication that anyone has passed through any of the tunnels recently? Like footprints or scuffing or anything?
Let me...
24.
There's not like a track, there's not like a tracking one or anything, is there? It's really just investigation, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it
would be...
Yeah, I would say do investigation. So what would you
Right,
have gotten?
22 then.
Okay, so you're able to do like tracking and kind of see that not terribly long ago, you see that there was an individual that came down, or fresher footsteps, and they went down the left tunnel.
Okay, so I see an indication that someone passed through the left tunnel recently. I think we should follow them.
And then on that is where we stop for the day.
Okay. Cool. We got really, really goddamn far today. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with us.
All right,
because I've been recording these for my notes, I know that we've been playing for 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh, good.
I'm so afraid. I feel like we've skipped into, a big bad evil boss section.
Yeah, out of curiosity, how did you expect us to get in here today or not?
So no, actually. So here's what was gonna happen. So originally, which is what's kind of fun about being a DM and what makes it, kind of off the moment, is that so originally you were gonna go to the docks, find the tunnel, blah blah blah, but you weren't gonna able to swim down it because if you didn't think of Misty Step, because you thought of that, I allowed that, and then the thorn whip to happen. Originally, you were going to have to find a potion of underwater breathing to actually get down it. But
Cool.
you skipped that portion, so you were able to get down there without it. So
at the very least, you didn't expect us to have to like get 2 levels before we got down here or something, right?
no. This is not like my end game like area and blah. No. You're fine.
I didn't figure, but like
This was the next goal. It's just it wasn't.
I just don't want to get both of us killed yet.
Nope.
Well,
Well,
Or, I
who
mean,
knows?
ever, but especially not this early.
the way that Dowroc is that he feels like what happened in his past is that he feels he can't hesitate anymore too. So that's why he was like,
Yeah.
I can't let something bad ahead happen again. I can't. So he can't hesitate anymore either. So he's needing to follow, but he needs to. I don't know how Zach's gonna figure out where we are. I have
I guess
messaged.
we'll find out.
I have messaged that
Well,
120 feet. So
Here's the thing.
he's been gone for a couple days.
Did you guys notice? Did you guys notice who did not swim down with us?
Yes.
What?
So Todd would be just chilling out by the dock.
Oh, okay. Todd is there.
Yes. Todd did not come with you.
Todd did not come with me. Okay.
At
'Cause
the very
originally-
least,
Well, go ahead.
yeah. My intention is that at the very least that would indicate where we disappeared.